All right, we are. Welcome everybody. Welcome. Uh, we're gonna be getting this started really quickly. So yeah, to those are here, welcome, welcome, welcome. And I will say this is that whenever we are going to beginning, we will be having episode 5 of Legacy to the Skies. If you ever gonna be seeing this on YouTube or you're watching this live at the moment, be sure to hit that subscribe button as well as the notification button to know when we're gonna be going live. And if you want to catch this live, which if, of course, if you're here, it should be live on, of course, twitch.tv/goldsdebot. So basically, everybody, welcome back. And yeah, other than that, I'm going to be joining the group. But again, if you ever want to, please be sure to show your support for the stream as well as to those who are joining us today on the Legacies of the Skies. So I am going to join. All right, we are back. I heard laughing. Oh, God. So yeah, we are live now. So I have my oil with me, otherwise also known as coffee. Yes, that's what I mean. Is that Ember is giggle Ember right now because I can't fix it. Because I can't fix it because the thing is that we are live and the stuff is going through. All right, the notification went through as well. It's because the thing is that because it's being used, and by the way, I can hear myself for another person's mic if they want to mute for now. But yes, basically that is what's going on right now. No, it's like I can hear myself from the other side. All right. Well, I have all my stuff open. We're going to begin because we are 3 minutes late. So basically, I will say, let me get all my stuff going. I was doing my intro, so fuck you. All right, I gotta get my little intro stuff. So yeah. On the last time of Legacy Disguise, our heroes had made their way through the forest of the parting ways of the Druid. During this time, they encountered bandits along the road, which were taken down eventually. But as this went on, the Bean Leaf proceeded to kill a number of bandits, while upon grievously damaging a bandit, the sorcerer Ember was set into a shock. After melting the arm off someone, with the bandits buried and a large ooze-like monster in front of them, we now bring ourselves back into Legacies of the Skies. So we're switching from this really nice tavern music to right into combat music, and immediately I'm gonna bring you guys right into the battle map. As you see this large ooze-like creature currently moving around in the corner of the camp, sludging its way through. You see as this large amorphous creature just gurgling. You see it popping around. You could see these little tendrils shooting off of it in all different little directions. While this goes on, I want you all to roll me initiative. All right. So Leaf, you got a nat 1. So technically that means you're gonna be last, unfortunately. I guess. The slime got a 17. No, no. Uh Grabbing a pen really quick. Take a right. I would use the online initiative order, but I kind of like it in person. So, all right. So, I technically the slime is going first. Yeah, I mean, it kind of made sense, and also because my map stuff kind of broke, so I had to redo it. So it's fine. So then it's gonna be Ember. So first it's gonna be the slime, then it's gonna be Ember, and after that, it's gonna be, then it's gonna be Azrael or Red. All right, and then lastly is gonna be Leaf. Actually, new rule for Gecko. Gecko got an 18, so he's going first. All right. Okay, because he has some pretty high decks. So then Leaf, and then first let me add Gecko to the beginning of the turn order. Immediately, Gecko is gonna go into stealth, and he's gonna run over here behind the cart using his movement action. Oh God, no! He's like, oh God, what the fuck is that thing? All right, I think that is the only thing Gecko can do because he uses full action to go into hiding, goes into stealth. So bonus action hide. He might be a rogue, yes. Yes, he is a rogue. From what you can see. So it's a bonus action, correct? All right. With that, he's going to attempt to throw his dagger directly at it. Attempt to use sneak attack to throw his dagger at it. That is a 13 to hit. So that does hit. For that is 4, but I also need to roll a 1d6. Max damage on both. So that's 10 damage total to this thing. Ow. Okay. But you see, as soon as the dagger hits directly into it, you see that this thing, you see as a dagger, you just start singeing in the slime, begins corroding down into nothingness as the dagger just disappears and rots away. Don't say anything. All right. Okay, so yes, the dagger is gone as it meant to, as it's completely correct. So with the stuff, it's Gecko's ability start. It's gonna be Slimes who is going to start moving over. As he's gonna attempt to use a pseudopod attack onto Benetta. So he's gonna use a pseudopod attack. So the first one is a 13 to hit. All right. I don't think it has multi attack. Yeah, it does not. Okay. Oh, okay. Hmm. All right. Yeah, that's actually it. That's end of its turn. So I hear someone's mic going off. If you can. All right. So with that, it's gonna be Ember's turn. That's the end of its turn. Of what? Of what was going on? There is battle music going on. You just probably have your volume very low, because I have it very high. I think I also know what's going on. 1 second. I'm going to see if this is the problem. If there's no battle music, then it's probably because let us see, because I think that was the issue. Now it should go through. All right. How's that? Should I say something?
Hello?
All right. So,
Hello?
all right. So here's the issue. In the very first couple of minutes, on the stream, did you guys ever hear yourselves on the stream?
No.
All right, then I will have to put a notification on because it switched my. So it's fine now. Everybody can hear you on stream.
Okay.
Nobody could hear you in the beginning, of which nobody let me know that the audio
you might want to edit that.
I did.
Might want to edit
I
that
did.
afterwards.
Yes. I'm gonna put a notification on that. If I'm gonna basically just put like, oh, in the first couple of minutes nobody could hear you guys was because I wasn't told that it was turned off. But yeah, if you guys ever on the stream and you guys don't hear anything from them, just please let me know so I could change that directly.
Streamer chat's not responsible for keeping the stream up and running.
But the chat is actually very helpful in letting me know. So
yes,
again,
chat. Just remember, you ever do that, it's very helpful, but don't feel forced because
don't feel forced about doing it. Just please, if you can, let me know.
Yeah,
I'm talking about you guys as well. I'm talking to you guys too. If you guys can't hear
I mute
anything.
the stream.
Oh,
like what you talking about?
Yeah, because that's probably why. Because I didn't notice that was going on. But it's fixed. It is fixed. We'll worry about that later. So, now it is actually Ember's turn.
All right, Ember's gonna back up because thing is weird, and then she's gonna cast a firebolt at it.
All right.
Where is? There it is.
Oh.
Does a 9 hit?
9 will hit.
Oh.
3 damage.
Or 3 damage. Hey. You see, as soon as you hit this thing with a firebolt, you see as it hits directly into the sludge, it burns a little bit, but it seems like it just forms back over with more and more sludge.
Meanwhile, like, Red's eyes are just widening, and he just.
So I think how could all that fit in one little barrel?
It came out of multiple barrels. There was multiple barrels that opened up.
This
character golden.
No, I did say that. You can see at the end of the stream.
This.
Oh, I mean, this is Ember's observation. Like, I understand this came from multiple barrels. God damn it.
I see. Alright, never mind. That's my fault. Alright. So,
streamer punishing me for role playing, guys.
No. I'm sorry. Alright. So.
That's my turn. That's my turn.
Alright, that's your turn? Alright, then it is now Red's turn.
Basically, like, Red kind of seeing what the dagger did. He's gonna put away his greatsword, but instead he's gonna use Sacred Flame.
Okay.
Luckily, it is a cantrip. So I'm gonna have to roll to. It's gonna have to make a dex save.
Okay. It's not very good at that.
Yes. And if once I see the roll, I will roll the damage.
Okay. Let me move the map up so people can actually see. There we go. Gecko over there in the corner.
Cause like shit, I lost my daggers.
Yeah, he looks a little bit distraught about his dagger going away.
We'll get it back for him.
Don't worry. What was the
dex roll?
Do I just roll?
3, but because it has a -3, it is 0.
Okay, so let me just roll. Okay.
All you need to do is click the button that shows it. Just click the name.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. So 4 damage, not bad. So yeah, as soon as you hit this thing with the radiant magic, again, it seems like it cinches this amorphous body of this creature. But because of this going on, it doesn't actually seem like it does the damage. But again, you just notice as it is just again forming again over and over with these little different pseudopods that are currently like looking like they're going over, but it is doing damage. You can see as from the fire and that light, you see as some of the areas are like boiled over, or some of those areas look really crusty in some way.
Could I address something to Benetta?
You can use your free action, yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Benetta. You don't, based on what happened to Gecko's dagger, you do not want to use your weapon. So if you got any projectile magic, now is the time to use it.
Okay, thank you for the hands up. So I'm doing all the magic to.
Okay.
I'm not sure if Leaf has anything projectile.
Did you address Leaf at all about this?
I'm gonna address him too. Goldie, could I address the same thing I said to
With your
Benetta
free
to
action,
Leaf?
you can address the whole party when it comes to all of this.
Yeah. Alright, so I just basically tell
wouldn't-
everyone what I told Benette.
So I
Yes,
don't
exactly.
hit him.
Like,
I would just stay right here.
if you
Okay.
have any projectile magic, you can use it against this thing. Because it corrodes weapons, Leaf, and I'm pretty sure it'd be really bad if your swords got touched by this thing.
Believe in you guys. I can't do anything.
All right.
Don't worry,
Is that
you
your
can
turn?
still do something.
No, because it's only a
Yes,
single
yes.
sentence you can say on your free action.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah, it's
So,
in the end of my
with
turn. I
that-
just want to let everyone know.
It's Leaf's turn. So, Leaf.
Saying that he was told that he can't do anything, he's just gonna just
No,
do.
Oh,
He's gonna do the ready action to evade, the evasive action,
Okay.
and that'll.
Oh,
Are
no.
there no bows and arrows around the camp, or does he not carry any on him?
Nope. He just has swords.
oh.
All right.
Uh,
Well, if you're going to be taking that action, you see as it's going to be back up the turn order with Gecko. Unfortunately, he doesn't really have anything else he can use. So, he
What about
actually
Sue?
has 4 daggers because of his pack. So he is going to see. Let me see. He's going to try sacrificing another dagger.
Oh no.
That is a 16 to hit.
Dang.
Six Sue.
Huh? Oh, Sue, yeah. Oh, yes, Sue.
You forgot
I'm
about.
so sorry.
You
They
forgot
go-
about the
They go
nether.
before Leaf.
Yes. Okay.
I'm
Don't
so
worry,
sorry
Leaf.
about
You can
that.
still do something.
That's all right. Don't worry. All right.
yeah.
Let's see here.
Added you to turn order.
I guess I'm gonna have to use guiding bolt.
Okay.
So let's see. Roll to hit, right? Where's the? There it is. Okay. Oh,
Plus
this
your
10 hit.
Wait. Plus your
A 10
does
That's
will
my-
definitely hit.
15. Okay. Oh, all right. Okay. 10. All right.
Yeah.
So let me see. Guiding bolt does 4d, 46.
Okay. Does he need to
46
make any sort
radiant
of save?
damage. Ooh.
Or is it
let me
attack upon your
see.
part? Oh wait, it did hit,
It's-
so it will do damage. Never mind.
Yeah.
Again, my apologies. The didn't add.
That's amazing.
Okay,
Bro.
that is good damage.
Wait, did you roll a crit?
Yeah, no.
She did.
It's only the first damage. It'll be 18 radiant.
18's so good.
Yeah, 18
Yeah.
Get
damage.
those.
That's not bad at all.
That God said no.
So math on how much
The gods looked at this thing and just like, ew.
It's evil.
Heresy.
This is an abomination. Red knowing what this thing is, it's like, it's an abomination when you gotta destroy it. I'm not letting my emotions take control again like the last time. That was not.
Okay, so as soon as it hits a certain HP point, you see as this goes on, you notice something as, damn it,
Is it turning on off again?
no, you'll see. One sec, I need to do something. Second.
Going to absorb Gecko, becoming
No,
Gecko
no,
Glob.
no, that's not what I'm gonna do. That's not what I'm gonna do. I need to grab something.
Okay, pack tech.
Oh God.
No.
As this one
Oh,
gets
Lord.
smaller, But you see as
No.
three other. You see it splits into three separate creatures.
No.
As soon as it hits a certain HP point, you see as it's going to use its reaction due to that to split.
Oh. No.
All right. So, now it is because Leaf decided to take their actions that unfortunately because I missed on an accident. They were supposed to go before Leaf, but I added that onto there. So with that, you see as now I need to add these guys to the turn order.
Oh, jeez.
Goldie, I'm gonna do something real quick, so disregard this next roll.
All right. So
You're-
the smaller one, of which I'm gonna give colors to them, so I know which ones are gonna be the ones that are turn order. One will be orange. One will be pink. So orange, and then you roll for pink. That's a nat 1, so now we'll go to completely last. All right, so big. It's gonna be. Now it's actually Gecko's turn. Who is gonna attempt to attack with his dagger again? That is a 2. So Gecko completely misses with his dagger. You see as he throws a dagger and it almost hits Red in the shoulder. But it dings off your armor and it just falls over to the side.
Oh,
Sorry about
Okay.
that. I
It's
didn't mean to
okay.
do that.
it's okay. I know it's an accident.
But
that was an accident.
he does have his bonus act. He does have his movement action. So he's gonna attempt to run over here. He only has 25 movement speed because he's small. He's a small boy. So that's as far as he can get. Can't get any further. I believe you're muted of what you're trying to say.
Kobolds can move 30 feet. What the?
All right, then he's gonna go directly into cover.
Mhm.
So he's gonna be
Meanwhile-
counted as under cover.
Meanwhile,
The
Leaf
kobolds
is
are
just.
like this.
I was gonna say, like, meanwhile, Leaf is just sitting here looking as precious as can be and just like, what am I going to do?
Oh.
As it's now Slime's turn. And
Oh,
it's going
no.
directly for the big armory. Delicious
Why?
looking armor.
Oh no.
That's a 14 to hit.
Nope.
All right. So what it's actually going to do is going to attempt to go over you, and
Oh.
so it's gonna go directly onto you because of its amorphous body.
I did say 14 did not hit.
Oh, I know. It's going to directly touch you
No. Oh,
So-
heck no.
because
Oh,
it can do
heck.
that.
Touch you.
So you take
Touch you.
immediately you
you're
take
actually
1d8. You take 1d8. Okay, you can take 4 points of acid damage as it
Ah!
begins to surround you.
Oh no. Jeez.
Oh
like
wait, I was that wrong. Do not add that HP. That was completely wrong on my part. Don't remove that HP. It cannot do that. No, that is just me not reading it wrong. Okay. So
Oh, jeez.
instead, it's its turn. It's gonna be Ember's turn now.
Well, it just attempted to like pounce on him, like
Yeah.
Brett's just like, nope. He just noped, like, nope.
Because I
So-
see here on my book that it has to be a creature. I can't say it. Nope, that's metagaming.
It's okay. It's okay. We all make
It's
mistakes,
fine.
Goldie.
It's
It's just
fine.
a part of life.
That's perfectly fine. I'm just getting things done on my part.
Anyways, saying that this is going south, I'm actually going to go over 2 Leaf, so that's let me see. 5, 10, 15, 20. She's gonna look like a little apprehensive at him given circumstances,
Yeah.
but she's going to reach out to grab his hand.
All right.
Does Leaf condone this?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, and she's going to say, just breathe on them. and I am going to twin cast Dragon's Breath on me and Leaf.
Okay, keep track of those sorcerer points.
Yeah, no. Who do you think I am?
I'm just making sure.
Don't worry, Ember knows what she's doing. I have faith in her.
So it's a cone of 15 feet, right?
Yeah, so we have to basically get into 15-foot range in order to actually do anything. So,
Alright.
I'm sorry, I meant to put the spell up there for Leaf. Shoot.
For some reason it keeps on. Stop doing that. Please stop doing that. There. Thank you. Oh my god, I'm not trying to move my screen. Thank you.
Hey, you guys are directly.
So I can hit the slime from here.
Okay.
Okay, so I guess that'll be my damage for
Yeah.
it then.
Unfortunately, Leaf, you are out of range for that moment.
No, it's me. I'm attacking.
Oh, you're attacking. Okay.
Yeah. So after doing that after giving Leaf that spell, is now going to breathe out a torrent of flame on the creature that was trying to grapple Red.
Okay. With that, you see. Okay. All right. So it needs to make a dex save.
Yes, it has to beat 14.
Oh boy, it is bad at that. That's 11. That's an 11, so it fails. Okay.
It
so
takes 13 fire damage.
takes 14 fire damage. All right.
14.
So, oh, 13? Oh, I see. All right. So, okay. All right. Good damage on that thing. You see, as you set forth this torrent of fire again, you see as pieces of this thing begin to crumble up and fall off of it, but it's replaced by more of this ooze. We can see the more and more you hit this thing, the smaller it gets in some way. But it still looks rather large. Probably maybe 6 feet wide and about 7 feet tall at the moment, from what you can see. And as this goes on, I believe that is the end of Ember's turn, correct?
Yes.
So it's gonna be Red's turn.
Wait, you sure that Leaf had a turn?
It's Ember, Red, Leaf.
Okay.
Nope, it's Ember, Red, Banana, Leaf, and I have it right
Okay.
here. so don't worry. I have all the turn order written right next to me.
He said after he messed up already.
It's perfectly
Yeah.
fine. We all make mistakes, and I have it all written
I'm
down.
gonna back a little bit before I do another Sacred Flame. Is that okay?
Yes. I don't think this thing can take it.
1, 2. No, I'm still gonna attack. I'm just gonna move a little farther. Okay, I'm gonna move right here, and I'm gonna do another Sacred Flame. It's gonna have to make another dex save.
Okay. It is very bad at that. All right.
I'm gonna wait till I hear the save so that I can roll
That
the
is
damage.
a 1. Not natural 1, but it got a really bad roll. So that is a 1 total. That is probably a failure.
And it is not the slime monster's day today.
Ah,
No,
jeez.
it is
It's
not.
not Red's day either.
I think we figured out that one of its weaknesses is definitely dexterous movement. So
Fire and light. He's just like,
It doesn't seem like it, like the fire or light is doing. It doesn't seem like it's doing a lot. It does hurt it, but it doesn't seem like it is extremely hurting it.
8. Red's just thinking here, like, I just imagine, like, Red, like, you could tell that he's got, like, he wants to destroy this thing, but he's just thinking about something, like,
All right.
He's just thinking.
I will say.
Even though right now he's feeling, like, deep inside, he's feeling like how Doom Guy feels around demons.
Okay. Well, is that all you do?
I believe that's what I
Right.
can do right now. Like,
Okay. Because you do have a free action as well,
Oh,
but I believe
free
you use your
action?
free action to talk with amongst the players.
Did red already attack?
I
They
did.
use Sacred Flame.
Okay.
I used Sacred Flame. I'm just
So, with that, it's going to be Benetta.
Alright, she's gonna see the tiniest one over there. Like, I know this one's a threat, but she believes that red can handle it for now. So she turns her attention to the tiny one,
It
and
makes
she
little
casts,
glorp noises.
like, puts up, like, points a finger and starts up a sacred flame.
Alright. Okay.
Do I rolled a hit, or does it just
It
hit?
makes a dex save, I believe.
Yeah, hold on.
That is a 4.
These
These things aren't getting the best rolls set today. They are having this dice. I need to put it in the timeout chair.
gods are on their side.
Yeah, so that doesn't
You
pass.
made the same mistake.
I did it.
You put
Where's this going
you
through?
put a pog for the first one.
Oh, I didn't do that emo.
Accidentally rolled the damage, but like,
Because all it says is
Yeah,
that
it
it says
doesn't-
on my side that you cheered 100 bits.
Yeah, in the chat, but I saw the message go across the screen. It just wasn't very big.
Oh, I see.
Oh, it actually went through this time, at least.
All right, good.
Me, I'm fucking helping you out.
So yes, Benetta, yes.
yes,
That is 6 damage.
yes.
All right.
I don't know why I rolled twice.
I think what it's doing is that you're clicking it, but it also does some things like that.
Okay, so how do I get? I'll figure it out later. Anyways,
All right, yeah. So with that, it's going to be that's gonna be of this thing.
Also, my message is right before the stream elements message.
Oh, okay. Oh, I see it. All right. So with that, it is gonna be Leaf's turn. Actually, wait. Leaf. Orange's turn. Orange is before Leaf. So, Mr. Little Orange Boy is going to go over here. Damn it! Oh my God! What the hell is going on? My
I must go.
no.
My people
for
need
some
me.
reason, my thing is clicking when it's not. I'm not clicking anything. It keeps
Says
dragging
this-
things over.
That ooze has the same directional skills as Zoro.
Zoro slime.
Oh
Let me
gosh.
see something. It does have range to this attack.
Good
So
God.
he is in range, I think.
35 feet of movement. Damn.
He moved 35 feet? Because that's 35 feet.
Oh, it only has 20, so it's gonna move over here. So it's gonna go right here, right here. That is the of its range, I believe. Or instead, you see as this creature is going to be climbing up onto this pillar here, and it's gonna be at the top of the pillar. So it's now about 20 feet high in the air. As he uses its spider climb. So
Those seats, is it that small? It has to climb up a wooden.
yes.
I just
It's tiny. This thing is a no. Actually, it's supposed to be a normal sized creature, but that you guys are. I know.
Everyone massive. You
You know
don't see the
what? Here.
force.
You know what?
Ah,
Here, let me make their sizes how they're supposed to be.
why? Why?
There we go.
Ah.
With that, it's actually end of orange, so it's gonna be Leaf's turn. These things are getting the worst rolls I've seen in my entire life. So, yes, it's gonna be Leaf's turn.
Oh, question. I got the ability to do a dragon breath.
Yeah, so you use your action in order to use the dragon's breath. So just let me know if you're going to use it, and I'll roll for you.
I believe they need to. I think.
Oh, I don't know if he has the spell to
Yeah,
use
it has
with.
to be. I think it still has to be based on Leaf's attack.
Oh, there's no attack. It's the only thing that he needs to.
How would we roll that, first of all?
Okay, so like I said, you're only rolling for damage. You're only rolling 3d6. It's the enemies that are caught within the 15-foot cone that have to roll to see if they pass the save or not.
Because Leaf is going to aim for Orange Boy over here.
Okay.
Seeing that for some reason he has Pepper Breath from Digimon, he's going to like try to scream it out.
All right.
And I guess
Screams
I
out,
roll
spicy breath!
3d6.
Yeah, roll
Uh,
3d6.
I thought it was pepper breath.
That's
Oh my
You need
exactly
to
what-
make a
God.
save. Oh god, my dice almost fell. That is a. That's a. Yeah, that's a 12.
That fails.
Okay. So, yes, it fails. And you see, as soon as you hit orange, as soon as orange is hit, you went over. Okay, it is immediately disintegrated.
Mm-mm.
That was fun.
I approve of both of you guys.
So.
Well, of course it's fun using the breath of a dragon.
Oh.
Alright.
Like,
Thank
that's
God, one down, 2 more to go.
Alright, and by the way, how many sorcerer points do you have? If
For
you don't
me?
mind me asking.
I have 3 total.
Okay, good. I always just want to make sure. Alright, so as this goes on, I do believe it's going to be Pink's turn. Hey, look.
Oh.
I'm gonna go right to Bonetta, being the closest person to them. Why do these things keep getting bad rolls? That is an 8.
Ah. Oh.
You see this thing sadly goes.
Like, yeah.
Somehow,
Baldy,
you
it was
think-
just we gotta give it some. We gotta cut it some slack. It was just born.
Somehow you think you see, because it's missing so many attacks, including the main body, you feel like as if somehow you can feel its sadness. Not really,
Oh my,
but you can tell.
oh my
There's no mercy for heretics.
Okay.
No mercy for abominations.
Okay, I can't really. Oh yeah, it can't really do anything else. So that's the end of its turn. Doesn't have a free action or a multi-attack. Only has one attack. So yeah, that's it. So it's gonna be backup turn order with Gecko. You see, Gecko behind cover is going to attempt to. How do you do that? That thing where you can use the ruler.
You go over to the sidebar here
There's a
and you look for the
ruler
ruler
thing?
mark. So then it'll like do that.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And he could barely hit. Okay, 60 feet. He's gonna throw his dagger. But he's also behind cover, so I think it's at disadvantage.
No, I think it's
No.
an advantage.
Oh.
Technically.
Because he can poke his head out, throw it, and then go back.
Yeah, that's a 17
Yeah.
to hit. So yeah, it's gonna be his third dagger. So he's out of daggers now.
Oh, jeez.
So he does hit. So
Oh, no.
gonna be 1 damage. That's gonna be 2 damage for the regular, and for sneak attack, it's gonna be 8 damage total. To this pink boy right here, and again, you see as the dagger begins to slowly fizzle away and crumbles with there. You see sadness on Gecko's face, like, I really shouldn't throw more of my daggers into that thing. I'm kind of out, as he uses free action to yell out that. Don't really have any more weapons.
Have a rock, twigs, something.
I'll
Look
do
around,
something.
I guess.
Wait,
Don't let the enemy know that.
Wait.
Can
But
it
that's
here?
his turn. So it is going to be main body turn.
Oh, jeez.
As it's gonna body this paladin.
Oh my gosh.
Oh fuck, my dice.
I believe you've done this.
That's an 18 to hit.
Oh, piss. Yeah, that does hit.
All right, so.
That
this
does-
hurts. Ow. Okay.
I can't believe I'm gonna resort to this.
I'm gonna have to
All
resort.
right, so that's 15
cursing.
points of damage, and your armor takes 1 point of corrosion damage. So
I'm
so now oh
uh
I want to see if
what?
this is how it works.
Please. Oh no. Okay. Don't.
Oh yeah. So you see, as your armor takes a permanent -1 to your AC.
No.
So you have a permanent -1 to your AC on your armor. And you see, as soon as this thing hits you with its
No.
pseudopod, you so notice as your armor begins to corrode away during this thing. But you're
My.
still standing. There's little holes that are now built into that are in the armor at the moment.
I'm gonna have to repair this. I am going to have to repair this.
So that is the end of its turn. But again,
Where?
you took 18 points of acid.
Yeah,
I believe.
18. Okay, let me just do that. 18 minus 25. I think I'm gonna be dead
But
at this point.
just don't say your actual HP.
I'm. I was
Yeah.
saying that so that I can like
Course, I
calculate the
understand.
health.
Yeah, yeah. But
Please.
just do it without letting others know, so that it doesn't lead to metagaming.
Okay, I'm almost dead.
You can say that.
I'm almost dead. Like.
you notice as soon as this thing hits red, you notice as it's now surrounded around red. The pseudopod slaps directly into Red, smacks him in his armor, and you notice Red's armor begin to corrode away as you notice things sizzling upon it. And with that, it actually is going to go to, I believe, Ember's turn now. That's the end of its turn.
I'm gonna.
Hey, after red, shouldn't it be?
No, it
Matt?
isn't Red's turn. It was the slime's turn. Now it's Ember's turn.
Oh, so we've already at the top of the turn order. Shit.
Yeah.
All right.
we're at
So,
the top of the order.
Ember sees Red not having a good time, and gonna Okay, hold on. She's gotta move like. So, I gotta ask Goldie for clarification. Is this thing on top of Red, or is it like right next to her?
Currently, it is. It doesn't seem like it's surrounded. Yeah,
Okay.
it doesn't seem like it's surrounded around Red right now. From what it looks
So the
like,
slime
it
is
seems
on
like,
its
yeah.
separate square.
Yeah.
All right. With the roar, she's gonna roar out, "Get away!" As it's gonna be another dragon's breath.
Oh, and I
Fire.
didn't even roll the damage for the actual attack.
You said
But
18.
yes, but that was the acid damage. I won't add the extra damage. Not worry, because that was
Then
me missing it.
I'd
So,
just be dead at
Yeah.
this point.
So you were rolling for an attack?
Yeah, I'm doing my dragon's breath, so
Alright.
it has to make a 14 dexterity saving throw.
That is a 5.
All right, it takes 7 fire damage.
All right, so 7.
And for my bonus action, Ember is going to channel her inner willpower to find the strength within her to us to move here on her next turn. Out of character wise, I am turning one of my spell slots into a sorcery point.
Oh, okay. All right.
Nice.
Awesome.
So I use a first level spell slot for that.
All right. So with that, it is going to be Red's turn.
Alright, apparently this abomination leads me to no choice, but I am going to have to use Radiant Soul, which
Okay.
basically I am, as soon as this abomination's alive is like surrounding Red, you notice that his hair is starting to glow like the sun, and kind of like before, like the wings start popping and the astral arms come back full force.
Fully flex.
Yeah. And he's kind of like floating there now, and you notice that like when he's in the transform state, the armor looks pristine.
All right.
And because of that, I am going to use like as I'm kind of like floating, like as I'm kind of like as Red is kind of like floating, like he still sees the sledge. He's gonna use Sacred, and
Okay,
he's gonna
keep in
try
mind
to.
you also have a flying speed.
Yeah, I am gonna.
So I don't mean to let you know, but I'm just saying because remember you do have flying speed.
No.
I have to just let you know about that.
2. Hang on. 1.
A metagaming DM.
Not being metagaming, I just want to make sure that they know they can fly.
1, 2. Yeah, I fly over there, and I'm gonna use like Sacred. Wait. I'm just curious. Hang on, I just realized something. Like, I don't know if Toll the Dead's gonna do anything.
Uh,
Is it?
what you can tell, there is nothing about this that seems undead. From what you can tell as a paladin.
So it's not gonna do anything.
Possibly not. I can't say.
We have no idea if it's resistance to necrotic damage or not. Red. No idea. Oh, you're gonna have to take a guess
Ow.
on that.
I heard like a really big noise from your mic, but it's perfectly fine.
Whose mic?
It was Ember's, but it's fine.
I don't know if he even has a wisdom or not.
Even better.
But I am. No, I'm talking about the sledge.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Even better.
So, just glad to use Toll the Dead then.
Okay. What does can you click that just so I can see what it does?
The creature has to make a wisdom saving throw, and if it fails, they take damage. But
Okay.
if they were already injured and they fail, then they take 1d12.
Okay.
Necrotic.
That is a natural one.
Yep.
Takes the
is
1d12.
Toll of the Dead a protector Azamar thing? Isn't that a Scourge Azamar ability?
It is a cleric spell, and apparently when you're
okay.
having the Blessed Warrior fighting style, you get to have 2 cleric
Okay.
cantrips as a paladin.
Oh, so it's a cantrip. Alright, so, yeah, it completely fails.
So roll the 1d12, Red.
Oh, yes!
But keep in mind, that's the last I'm going to say to if you have a flying speed, so that's just me letting you
Yeah,
know one
of
time.
course. Of course, so right as he's floating, just like had enough, he's just striking this creature down with like pure necrotic
Minus
energy.
11. Okay. Yeah? Continue.
And basically basically you can tell that his eyes are also glowing like blue flames.
Okay. Alright. So with that, you see as it's going to go onto... Well, Orange is dead. So, there is no more Orange.
Very dead.
Yeah, so it is Leaf's turn. Because Orange is actually... Yeah, it's gonna be Leaf, then... no, Bonetta.
Banana didn't
Bonetta,
leave.
then Leaf.
So Banana's gonna look at the one that's in front of her and just do a finger gun with her hand.
Okay. Oh,
And initiate.
wait. Before you do that, you see
Uh-huh.
as this thing is going, because it hit its HP points, you see as 2 more coming out of this one.
Why? Why?
As this one shrinks down in size once again.
Oh. Why?
Alright, now it can do what you need to do.
Oh god. Okay, she looks at the one in front of her, and again, finger gun.
Alright.
And at the tip of it, another instead of fire, like lightning gathers. So she's gonna use another guiding bolt.
Okay.
Oh, hold on. Roll to hit, right? Give me a minute.
Yes.
You click on like.
Can we get a copyright-free gun
seven
sound
hit?
effect for this?
7
what?
plus 3?
For
7 plus what?
7 plus 3 for the guiding bolt? Was it guiding bolt,
Oh,
or did you use Sacred Flame?
It's because I rolled a 7, but it's something plus something, isn't it?
It's gonna be going off of your intelligence modifier of based on
The
your
wisdom.
Wisdom modifier. So add your wisdom modifier.
Wisdom plus
onto that.
proficiency.
Okay, so yeah, it's plus 3. So that's
All right.
7, 8,
That's gonna be
9,
10.
10.
12.
Yeah.
Guys, the proficiency 2
Oh.
plus the wisdom plus
All
3,
right.
so
So
that's
yeah, so
5.
12 total.
Alright,
Alright.
so guiding bolt does.
All right. Keep in mind, guiding bolt is an ability, so be sure to write down your spell slots when you're be using this.
Yes, I know. I'm writing it down.
All right, good. I'm keeping watch.
Plus 5.
Are you though? Are you?
Yes, I am. So,
So that damage plus 5. I guess that's what it's
and
putting
plus
in.
5. Okay. You see, as you don't, I don't even need to add the HP as that goes over that one. You see, as soon as this thing is hit, you just notice as it begins to completely crumble up and then disintegrate in front of you and crashes down.
Good.
Nice.
I actually have to add colors onto these guys now.
Black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow.
I had to draw the image of those things with a mouse.
Oh, you drawn those? Those look
You
good.
drew those? That's pretty good
Yeah,
for
I had to
especially
draw
draw
Sorry,
it with a
guys.
mouse.
Oh, yeah.
You did.
That is
I
true.
honestly thought that was a stock image you brought in. Shit.
No,
Bless
no.
you, sir. That must have taken forever.
A little.
I know, but
as I said, working hard on this game.
Are you though? I'll stop.
All right, so, yeah, so they're gonna be I actually need a roll for each of these guys now.
Or just have them go right
I'll have
after
them go
the
after
original
the
ones.
end of the turn order.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, yeah, I'll have them go after the original. So, after slime, it's gonna be the slime. 2, 3. All right, there we go. So, now after Bonetta is going to be Leaf, the Leaf Boy.
Little Snow White.
Same as the first. I forgot how the phrase went. He is just gonna take pretty much another defensive action.
Okay, I will say. All right. Okay, never mind. All right, so you take another defensive action. With that, if that is the end of Leaf's turn, a pink and the pink guy is gone, so it's actually going to be going back up the turn order because doing anything. So Gecko is going to run over here, grab a rock from the fireplace, and he's going to wait. Let me get a ruler because I need to see if he can actually hit from here. Because he can. Never mind. He's gonna have to move forward, so he's gonna use the rest of his movement speed. He's gonna carry the rock over. That's the maximum he can move. That's 30. And he's gonna launch it towards red. He can hit too. He's barely in range. So he's gonna throw a rock at that guy with a 16 to hit. That actually hits.
Nice.
So he's gonna throw a rock, and of course, it's just a rock, so it deals 1 damage.
Modifiers.
Plus modifiers with negative strength. It does 0 damage.
No, it'll do 1. You can't do 0 damage.
Oh, so it deals 1 damage total. Alright. Okay, couch DMings. I'm kidding.
Someone's got to remind you.
Alright, so
Do anything. I'm afraid that my sword will corrode.
that is the end of Gecko's turn, because I don't think he has anything else in his pack they can use. Yeah, he has nothing else. All he had was daggers, but those are gone.
He can grant the help action, I believe.
I think that would be his whole action, though.
Would be his whole action, yeah. So for
Yeah,
future
but he already
reference.
threw a rock. That's gonna be his action. He can't do anything else. So he threw a rock. It dealt 1 damage. So the slime it got hit. You heard a little plop, and then the rock disintegrates over it. Other than that, that's the end of Gecko's turn. So, original slime, which was yellow, I believe, or actually red. They can't go for you because you're flying. They're gonna attempt to reach up, but instead, it's gonna go over. It's gonna go for Ember.
No.
That's a 6 to hit.
That misses.
All right. So, little guy over here, green, because he's next. Gonna go directly to Bonetta. Ah, my dice. That's a 17 to hit.
That pairs.
So it will hit.
That Matt.
Cloud Rune.
Loud.
I redirect that damage to the red slime.
You are nowhere nearby.
It's a range.
30 feet.
30 feet? It is. Check your distance, mate.
Because
That is 45 feet away.
wait, that's how we're doing it.
Yeah, because it's 30
Well,
feet.
wait,
The
'cause
maximum is 30
technically-
feet.
That would technically be where 5 feet.
Yeah,
I'm moving the
but
whole
you can't
thing.
move your turn. You can't move because it's not your turn. So unfortunately, I'm not gonna allow that because you're too far away.
10, 15, 1.
Yeah, but I'm sitting right here from the ruler. It's showing 45.
I think what Leaf is trying to say is that he thought that basically the character's distance is different from the squares that we're using.
But keep in mind, you guys are taking up 2 points of squares.
Yeah, this is on Goldie's bad, so we'll just have to pretend that we're only 1 square right now.
Yeah. That is just because of the reasoning for this, and I can hear myself from another right now, but
Goldie, I'm gonna be right back real quick.
sounds fine. You know what? For now, I will allow it once, but we'll rule it like that. So the damage, who are you gonna redirect it to?
The red slime.
The red slime? Okay. So, do you mind muting really quick? I can hear myself. Thank you. So it's gonna deal 1d6 damage first off. That's 2 damage, but it's gonna be adding on to its acid damage as well.
What am I missing?
Cloud Rune
That's 17.
shenanigans.
That's 17 points of damage towards the other thing, but it does absolutely nothing, as it is immune. As you see, as soon as the damage is redirected towards the other slime, it does no damage at all. But yeah, you see, as soon as the damage goes through, it does nothing at all. Slime is unaffected. So, it is Yellow's turn. Who is going to go for Ember because they're right next to them. That's a 22 to hit.
Oh, jeez.
It doesn't hit. No, fucking with you. Hold on. hold on a second though, real quick. Yeah, no, okay, it hits.
All right, so you take 5 points of damage, regular bludgeoning. Then you also take. You take 17 points of acid damage, and are you wearing any sort of armor?
No.
All right, so it doesn't. Your armor is unaffected, but because of the corrosiveness of the creature, your robes are a little bit singed at the moment. Currently, your robes do seem like they've taken a bit of damage. But
I will say from the slime's, I guess, body bash of her, bits of her robes have basically ate away, as there are visible acid burns now on her arms and torso and legs, and she is very much in pain. That hurt a lot, a little too much.
Well, with that, it actually is the end of the slime's turn. It is now Ember's turn.
Hey, Goldie,
Yes.
did you attack me with that? Because the slime still hit, didn't it?
Yes, but it didn't. The rune redirected. It didn't do damage to you.
Okay, all right. Thanks, Leaf.
Yeah, the damage was redirected.
Okay.
Due to my
So-
own error, I'm allowing it.
my turn, right?
Yeah, yes, it is your turn, Ember.
Okay, so I'm going to disengage.
Okay.
Move 5, 10. Then with my bonus action, I'm going to use my Dragon's Breath on the 2 slimes.
Yeah.
Because they're both within 15 feet. So they both have to make a 14 dexterity throw.
Yeah. I will say that, yes, you can. But, alright. Okay. Yeah, you can. It needs to make dexterity, sir?
Both of them.
Alright. That's 6 on the first one. And the same roll.
Wow.
So technically both got 3.
Okay, so they both take 9 fire damage.
Alright, you see as these things are completely singed. Did either of them got damaged before? I don't believe so. Actually,
I accept it.
red was the main body, so it is
He
affected.
was.
So you see as from the main body, you notice as this one is completely singed away, as that one already took damage before.
No.
Okay, and Ember is going to finish her turn with 5, 10, 15, 20 there.
Alright. So with that, it's going to be red's turn.
Alrighty, I am going. So seeing that I'm still hovering in the sky, looking absolutely.
I
What?
believe it lasts a minute, but it won't end until the next turn, I believe. Yeah, it should be fine. It
A
hasn't been 10 rounds yet.
minute is 10 rounds.
Yeah, it hasn't been 10 rounds yet, I don't...
No, it certainly has not.
Alright. So, yeah, you're still flying.
Okay. I was just like,
No, don't worry about it, don't worry about it.
Okay, I was gonna say, I am. So looking at this
It
the
looks
small
up,
insulting life.
it makes sloshing noises, angry sloshing noises.
I'm just gonna say, be gone and use a sacred flame.
Okay.
Like he just points at this slime and he says, "Be gone."
Okay.
Just with the most intimidating celestial voice.
So it needs to make a dex save?
Yeah.
That's 13.
No.
So that fails?
Yep.
Okay. Alright. So with that, you see as how you can do your damage.
Alright. Yes, lucky 7.
Alright. As you see, as these things don't have much HP at all, you notice as soon as you say "be gone," you shoot this thing of fire, and you notice as this thing begins to crumble away into dust.
And you just like notice. Do I have any other actions or no?
No, I don't believe so. You have a free action, so you could move.
I am going to hover over to the green one. Since Red is not done killing these horrendous little slimes. He's not done. Like he's just aiming towards like the green one next.
Each time you fly, you see as the arms are just flexing, and that's how you're flying. You're flexing so fast.
No,
it
it's
produces...
the wings. The wings
Oh.
are flying, and the arms
Alright.
just are there to look intimidating.
Okay. All right. So yeah, that'll be end of your turn then. It's gonna be Venetta's turn.
Sorry, give me a moment.
All right.
Okay, alright. So, seeing that the little green one tried to, she turns around, face this tiny thing,
Yeah.
and then just holds up another sacred flame.
Okay.
Alright. So you got a dex roll.
All right. So he's gonna do that, and that is a nat 20, unfortunately.
Wait.
He got a nat 20. The slime got a nat 20.
Minus.
Can't believe this.
Still
You know-
17 red.
Yes, but that is
beats our-
metagaming,
beat it.
unfortunately.
No, I'm not even metagaming.
I
I'm
understand,
just like
but that is
recalling.
yeah, but that is still a nat
That's
20.
not metagaming.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
you're
but
saying
minus
like
3
how
is
much it has a
17.
minus.
Because you told us.
Yes, but
It's
that is
because
on my
you
own
told
side.
us. It's not metagaming.
told us though, so
All
therefore
right.
it's public
All
knowledge.
Okay.
Okay, don't you try to gaslight me.
All right.
Don't 1984
it's still
me.
17.
I was just letting Red know that even with any minus modifiers, it's still over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll be it for me then.
All right. So yeah, it's unaffected completely. With that, it's
Yeah.
actually gonna be Leaf's turn. You notice that's all that's left on the battlefield, Leaf. There's just a small little creature, about maybe 2 feet tall and maybe 3 feet wide. This little slime.
Faith in them, they got this. Leaf is just gonna sit down and just wait for everything to finish.
Egg.
This turn over.
I guess.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm gonna use my free action. Steve, why don't you use your Dragon's Breath?
They don't have it anymore.
You can use it more than once.
No, it has to be another spell. I read up into it.
Concentration.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Holding concentration cell.
I don't know about that. That is very weird. I'm going to look things up after this.
This is why Sorcerer is busted with Twin Spell, because I can hold 2 concentration on 1 spell.
Uh-huh.
I am gonna consult the DM's handbook for this really quick.
I must consult the DM gods.
I must consult.
I cannot wait for the boy Ruben to twins cast that.
It's okay, Ember. I know you guys got this. It's fine. I need to deal with stuff.
Steve, this thing really hurts!
I bet.
Keep in
But-
mind. I will say, you haven't really. You know what? Nah, I forget about it. Okay, so yes, it does say you can keep it. So yes, it is still a concentration for both of
Yes,
those.
it is.
But they hit you, so roll for your concentration for that, boy.
Oh. Did it even hit
Yeah,
her?
sure.
Yes, it
What's
did.
my DC, DM?
Because it hit you with an 18, you have to try to beat a you have to try to beat at least a 16.
Really, how it works?
You can do it.
Well,
It's
based on the
8.
damage, it's based on its damage total.
Half the damage?
It's based off half the damage plus 10.
It's 10. Okay.
So about
So
out there. I believe so. I could be wrong. I'll have to consult the book after this on that.
Okay, I failed the concentration,
Yeah.
so...
So you don't have the dragon breath anymore.
What?
It is equal to 10 or half the damage you take, like Shadow is.
All right. Okay, so yes, I was
Oh, so
correct
I
then.
pass it then.
So
It's either 10 or half the damage, and since it was 18 damage...
Okay.
Actually, no, I'm sorry. It's 22 in total.
yeah.
So, that's still 11, which I beat by 1.
Okay. All right. So, yeah, you pass. So you still have it then. But we'll do this after. Whose turn was it now? It was Leaf. So it's
It was
back up to
after
turn
Leaf.
order then.
Hey, you forgot. Wait, yeah, there's
Yes,
never
it
mind.
is back up to turn order. There's no
All
more
Alright,
slimes.
Yeah, Leaf can't do anything. So
There's
he's
just
too
one small one.
Hey kid, look here's a dagger. Throw it and do something.
Say you didn't have any more daggers.
I picked it up. Remember, the other one didn't get thrown. I threw it at the metal guy.
Just the one that's like blind,
Accidentally.
looking all like, and between them majestic and terrifying at the same time.
He did have one more dagger. He went to go pick it up. So you have a dagger if you wish to take it.
Oh no, it's fine. You can keep your dagger. We're gonna set the thing
All
on
right.
fire.
I guess I'll throw it. That's a 17. That's a 16 to hit. So he does hit. That's gonna be. He's not in stealth anymore. That's just base 4 damage. He just throws it, and again, it corrodes away. As daggers don't have the best. You know, they're not the best
Metal.
because of that.
Metal doesn't have the best way to deal with it.
All right, so that is Gecko's turn. It is now the slime. Who's gonna go for Bonetta? Who's next to him? That is a that's a 19 to hit.
Oh no.
Oh hell, that hits.
Oh no.
So that is 6 points of bludgeoning damage at the beginning, and oh god, that's 14 points of acid damage after the fact.
Jeez.
So 6 plus 14.
It's 20 damage total.
Yeah. These things
This
hurt, but they
This is
also
what
are.
Zoro feels like when he gets like knocked over by an enemy. I have 1 point left.
Yeah, I
Oh,
wouldn't say your
jeez.
HP though. Just say how Bonetta is looking.
Right.
Yeah. Because that is
She's-
a little bit metagaming. But it's fine.
No,
it's fine.
not.
Well, saying
it's
your
not.
HP is actually metagaming, but we'll talk. No, it's fine. It is fine. Do not worry. I understand.
No, it's just
Game.
stating.
It's information that the
doing.
player knows that can give out freely,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and we can
it's
interpret
not-
it. Anyways.
Yes. Anyways, I would rather you guys say like how well you're looking, rather than
That's
say
better.
your HP.
That's better. Say,
Yeah,
hey,
that's
I know you guys can say your HP, but don't say it. Tell us how fucked up you are.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's a lot better. It's nice.
Beef is feeling great.
Bet he
We-
does, the little shit.
Oh yeah, oh wait, your armor. I need to see. Okay, so because it hit you, you have a permanent -1 to your armor AC because it hit you.
Oh, I gotta write that down on paper. I don't think I can change it right now.
Yep. You'll have to change it after.
I have a question.
Yeah. I will say, to those who are here, this version of what this creature is my own homebrew creation. That is I just
May I-
added with the stats.
May I ask
Yes,
my
yes.
question?
Yeah.
I was gonna say, like, could we repair our armor at some point?
We'll have to be seen after the fight.
Yes. You
Yes.
have to see after the fight. I can't give away that information willingly.
I was just asking. That's
Of course,
all. I
of
wasn't-
course. I'm not attempting to sound, like a dick, but other than that, that is going to be the end of your turn, I believe. Or actually, whose turn was it now? I believe it was a Slime's, but he already went. So now it's going to be Ember.
Am I within 15 feet? 5,
Yes,
10.
you are.
I'm not. I am. Oh, wait. Oh, that's a problem. Yeah, because those two are in the way, so they'll get caught in it too. So you can see Ember is about ready to take a breath, but then she kind of sees her allies and, with more consideration,
Did she learn from the first time?
she's learned.
Vanetta gives her like a glare.
It just shows Bonetta back on the ship with those creatures. You just see as they looking this look in their eye like no.
Oh, like Red's just
Don't you
flying
dare.
with terrifying, and he's just
She's
more
gonna
focused
catch
at the
herself.
slime.
Then she's going to instead cast a fireball on the creature.
Okay. All right. That is, and it needs to make. That is a 16 to hit. That will
Yes.
definitely hit, and I don't know if this guy's taking damage yet, but you do 4 fire damage. All right. So yeah, as you shoot the firebolt, you see as it hits directly against this creature, and half of it seems like it's completely just covered in this crust after being burned and singed. By the way, after using fire on these things, it smells absolutely horrible around here. Like, it smells like burned tar and other things mixed into it.
But the thing's not dead.
No, it is not dead yet.
Oh, Ember, with her focus in hand, is going to channel up an orb as she is going to quicken spell out a chromatic orb. And
Uh,
she is going to shout as she throws it out. Go to hell!
Do you have multi-attack?
I don't think
Oh,
she
I have
does.
Quicken
Sorcerers
Spell.
don't.
Oh, because
but they have-
I think Quicken Spell has to be used on your first attack.
Yeah.
It just means I can now use my bonus action to cast a spell.
Oh.
Okay.
Is that
So as long-
Is that a once per short rest?
No, it's for I have to spend a sorcery point.
Oh, okay. So that means
Which
okay.
in the last round, I gave myself one for sacrificing a first level
Yes, you
spell
do.
slot.
All right. So yes, you can do that. Sorcerers, man, they are so fucking technical.
That's why I love.
I was gonna say, don't say OP.
They're not OP. They're very technical.
Okay. Oh!
That is a nat 20. Okay.
Wow.
That is
And-
19
and-
damage, big.
Okay. All right. Yeah. You see,
no.
how do you want to do
Hey,
this?
thank you. Like I said,
Oh.
Ember holds back her hand, and feeling the pain from the last slime that hit her, she focuses all that emotion into this chromatic orb as she launches it at the slime, hoping that it feels the same pain.
You see, as soon as you hit this thing, you see as the anger in you. You feel as if a dragon's heart is beating within you, and as soon as you hit with this chromatic orb, you see as this thing is completely shattered. It turns into the crust, and you walk over, and you just kick it, and it just disappears in the wind. And that is end of combat.
I just imagine like after combat, you just notice that Red reverts back to normal and then just kind of like falls on his hands and knees after that, like.
All right, Red.
How high are you falling from?
Oh, geez.
Jeez.
You fucking.
It's 30 feet up, right? Because it's 30 feet high, you fly.
I rolled to
I was gonna
catch.
say he hovers, he just floats back down and then reverts.
Floats back down,
Good.
which
That's
interprets...
better wording.
He
If you
floats
said you
back
collapsed down
Better
from
word.
flying, that would have been
He-
a whole different story.
He floats back down, and
Alright.
noticing that these things are gone, he just reverts back, and then he just falls onto his hands and knees, like,
Just don't get too close to the mic when you do so. Alright.
oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, but continue.
Okay. He
Oh.
just like, he's just on his hands and knees right now, like, just breathing heavily, eyes widened.
Bonetta's gonna approach. Red, are you all right?
Oh, are they gone?
Yeah, they're all dead.
Not now. Hang on a moment. Hang on a moment. Please don't interrupt the stream. And yes, I did feed the boys.
If you ever want to, be sure. I know that they should mute their mic when they're going to be doing that, but it's fine. Wow, you two look fucked up.
Ember is sitting on the ground with her back laid against the grass.
I'll get to you in a minute, Spitfire. Hold on. Red, do you
What?
have a potion? Need me to heal you.
You
we
guys
even
have
have
potions inventory? I don't think you guys do.
Oh,
No,
Yeah, you did.
we
You were
don't.
asking about the potions, and you never said we needed those.
Oh, we weren't able to get any because
Yeah, they
Yeah,
didn't
you
have
know.
any supplies for that at the last time you went. They said they couldn't spare any.
Remember? Okay, well. Maybe I misheard. All right.
If you check your inventory on D&D Beyond, you can see, but I don't know if you're gonna have any in your sheet.
All right. Well, she just asked if she can heal Red.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you need help? Do you need-
He's willing. He's very willing.
Okay. I'm gonna cast. What is it called? Cure wounds.
Okay.
I touch Red. Put my hand on their back.
And
And
his back.
let me roll it. Hold on.
Ah.
Okay, good. You do it right?
Believe so. It basically what cure wounds do. All right, yeah. All right, so you heal them by 7.
Okay, that's good. And then I go over to. Let me just. There he goes. I only have one slot left for like the first level.
Is
So
the
I'm gonna
mic
go over.
facing you, by the way? It sounds like it's
Yeah, it
facing
is.
away. All right, okay.
It's facing me.
All right.
Um. Okay, I'm gonna go over to Ember
All right.
and be like, "Hey, Spitfire,
Ah.
you look terrible. Here, let me help with that." I put a hand on her stomach, and I use again her wounds. Hold on.
Is that a spell?
Wounds,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Is it a first level spell?
Yes.
Okay. Keep track of your first level spells.
Yes,
She just said she has one left.
Oh, that's fine. Sorry. I know you guys forget you guys have
Well,
rolled you guys have D&D Beyond. I forget.
I will fist fight you.
I'm sorry.
I
I
keep
keep forgetting.
forgetting
Look,
think that the spellcasters have an easier time.
I keep forgetting you guys have D&D Beyond and I don't when it came to these. So I always keep forgetting it automatically keeps track of your spell slots. I am so sorry.
So is it 1d8 or 2d8 or?
It's 1d8 plus 3.
Okay, so do I go off the first one or the second modifier?
I think the first one.
Yeah.
I forgot that plus
The
3
first
because of
one-
my.
Yeah, the first one has +3.
Wait, what? My plus
Okay.
3.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Cure
it
wounds
already
does
adds
have
it already
plus
adds
your-
the 1d8 plus 3.
Okay.
Yeah, so it already
What
added
is
that
that?
onto there. I'm hovering over and it says right here that it's the plus 3 onto there. So you're fine.
Okay. Okay.
Doesn't have that.
All right. So yeah, you heal up by around you heal up 7. Both of you heal up 7.
So, Bonetta oh man, I can't really do this because Ember's laying down, but she's like, "Oh, I'm so proud of you. You actually you didn't burn me. You didn't burn us.
Yeah.
You learned."
Yeah, I didn't want your arm falling off.
Oh.
He just
Yes,
kind of has
thank
this
you.
1,000-yard stare after that.
Oh,
Listen, don't worry, you guys all did great.
well, we'll talk about that later.
Anyways, is it alright if I could use lay on hands on like myself and Bennett? Like I'm gonna like give 7 health to myself and 7 health to Bonetta since she looks absolutely destroyed right now.
Okay.
If that is okay.
She is bleeding, and you can't really see because of her skin color, but like the sun is glistening on this woman's skin.
I can see her
Okay.
bleeding.
So you cannot use a lay on hands on yourself.
Oh, I can't?
Yeah, it has to be another
Really?
creature.
Okay. How bad is Ember looking right now?
Lay on hands from the race or from the class?
From the
It says
paladin
from race.
thing.
Uh
No, from the paladin.
oh.
That's a
Okay,
class.
okay. Red is saying from her class.
Oh, from her
Yeah.
class. From what I see, it says it cannot be used on self.
It says nothing about.
Oh,
Yeah,
never mind.
just-
All right, you can. I had to look at another DM. Okay, it's good.
Okay.
I always want to make sure about these things because I don't know if it's the race one you can use on yourself or not. It's good.
That is called
yeah.
healing hands.
Okay, so you can on yourself. You could touch a creature.
Yeah, so
Healing
like,
hands
touches
is the
anyone.
ASMR thing. Lay on hands is the paladin thing.
Okay, never mind. Then don't worry about me. Just forget I said anything. It's good.
Oh, okay, so I heal myself and Bennett back. Like I just kind of reach out to her, just touching her shoulder, and we're just And I'm just like healing back like 7. So it's gonna be like I'm gonna use like 14 of the lay on hands.
So you only have one left then.
Yeah.
I
So
forgot that I was on my wrong setting of my microphone. It's fine. I'll continue.
Okay. Okay. That's 14. So, all right. And once this radiant energy just like travels onto basically as it travels onto Bennett, like you just notice that that her skin is actually like repairing, like it looks less and less messed up.
Oh, well, you should let Bennett say what
Oh,
it
I'm
looks
sorry.
like.
It's all right.
Yes, the
Yeah.
healing touch is good.
Basically, what happens is what you just said. She heals up. The bleeding stopped. Thank you, Red. This is. I feel a whole lot better.
Mm-hmm.
How much
Yeah,
did I?
about that. Huh?
How much did
Healed
you
for
heal me
7.
for?
7. I just divided like 7 each to myself and you.
Okay.
And you notice that afterwards, Red almost looks like as if nothing happened to him, but there is still a little bit of injury. Like at worst, a scar at this point.
Yeah.
But other than that, he looks almost as if nothing happened to him.
So, whoever in the barrels made those, it hurts real bad.
Yeah.
That's in the water.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Gosh. And when we get back to town, I need to repair my armor.
should have dragon scales instead.
Spitfire, we can't grow dragon scales like freaking plants.
I know.
We don't photosynthesize dragon scales. My
Photosynthesize.
photosynthesis, it's when a plant, it's how a plant eats. Like they don't eat
Plants don't
like
have mouths.
they have mouths. They basically take in the air and the sunlight. Unless if the plant happened to be a moonflower. Like most
Okay,
plants.
but you said that it ate, so it's not eating then. It's taking in
It's
stuff.
absorbing energy. It's
A gecko.
Oh, yeah.
There any more barrels around that are full of that? crap?
No, all of them seem like they're broken.
Okay.
By the way,
Want
do
to
we...
rest?
Huh? Yeah. Trust me. I don't really... I need to figure out about my daggers. Fuck, look at these things.
He pulls out some of these
Look.
daggers. They're just hilts.
We could just buy more. Don't worry, when we get to town, we could buy a new dagger
Well,
for
these
you.
were keepsakes, so... Shit. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Other than that, yeah, I think before we head to Melwater, we should take a rest. Who knows what we'll find on the roads.
I agree.
All right, and with that I will take my short rest.
I think we're all just gonna.
Fuck. The hell was that thing anyways?
Taking a short rest?
That
Yes.
thing is an insult to life itself.
I don't know, it seemed like a bigger version of those things that came out of those other creatures we fought. Or, well, diplomatically fought.
Yeah. uh,
Ah,
You three got fucked up, that's for sure.
yeah.
Tell me about it.
I do know a guy. In Melwater, he does repair armor, but he's fairly expensive.
How expensive you're talking?
Probably gonna cost an arm and a leg. Especially for your armor, paladin guy. Or, Red.
Mm.
Your armor's probably gonna look like it's gonna cost the most. Just from the intricacy. Alright.
Like I just imagine like you just see like we're just like counting the gold pieces.
Probably gonna cost a little bit more than that.
Hmm.
So that's the first dice for my roll. I'm gonna roll the second.
All right.
What
Yes,
do you
I healed
do?
12 total.
12?
Okay. So you're gonna heal
Dice?
yourself myself. Yes, it's gonna be using as much as it's gonna be using to your hit dice to heal for short rests.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Hit
think we should
dice.
probably take a hit.
Don't
How
have the
much
player
do we roll to
handbooks. I wouldn't know what it would be for a short rest on your guys.
So if you go to D&D Beyond and you look at the short rest on the bar next to long rest and the campaign, it'll tell you what dice you'll have to do. And if you just hit roll hit dice by how many times you want, it'll work like that.
Okay, and we roll it twice.
Or however how many times. You can roll it up to 3 times before they're all gone. And you get those back on a long rest.
So if it's like a short rest, hang on. Um short rest, short rest. Where is it? Where is it?
D&D Beyond, it's on the top.
Oh, okay. Yeah, take short rest. Roll hit die. Yeah, sure, why not? Just see how much I gain back. Hey!
I believe you get as many hit dice up on your current level.
Yeah, so we only
Yeah.
have 3 to use
Yeah.
right now.
I'll just use one.
All right. So you healed
Hey,
by
I'm back.
9, and with you, Sue, you healed by 3.
I'm back of
To do more.
I am back. And I imagine after that short rest, like Red looks good.
I
as
want to
new.
do more, but I'm
Oh,
not
God.
sure if I should.
Oh God, you're eating your mic.
Who-
Sue, you were eating your mic a little bit.
Mm.
Right? How
Why?
about here?
Yeah, that's better. That's way better.
Okay.
And Leaf,
Hey, you're too close to your mic though. It's a
I
little
was
bit.
gonna say if I could say something to Leaf. And don't worry, Leaf. You contributed too. Okay?
It's fine. I got some rest.
Yeah.
Although, kid, even if those things do something like that, pretty smart that you didn't want to attack, but still. There's other things you could do other than just sitting it down.
I'm
Luke
just
like,
saying because
slowly turns his head towards Gecko, and he's like, "I'm still covered in blood, aren't I?
Yeah, you are.
Oh,
Yeah, it's best if
no.
I don't do anything."
Mm.
Is he hurt?
No,
Oh, he.
remember, from last night.
I'm not talking about last
All
night.
right.
We don't speak about last night.
Alright.
Are all you rest up? I'll say it has been about 2 hours for your rest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, more or less. I'm ready to go.
Just ready to repair my armor.
Alright. So, I will say, as this goes on, you all begin packing up your things if you guys have put down bedrolls and other things. You don't need to mark down a ration right now, because it is not a new day, or roll for for weather as well, as it is currently the same weather as last time, which is it's a little bit cloudy, but it's not really bad. It's a fairly decent day. And I will say, as you guys are moving forward, you see as a little bit earlier, you see as you begin walking down some of the roads, eventually you do make your way over to the through the forest a bit, and you enter onto what looks to be a road area. The roads themselves look a bit worn down. You could actually see, it looks like there's cart marks going across these roads. Like as if a wagon or some sort of thing went through. You can see hoof marks going towards your general direction going forward. As you were making your way, you see as you begin breaking through the forest now, And in front of you is this very large expanse of plains with very high grass. The grasses in this area are probably around 2 feet tall. You also see that this area is also filled with crops. There is lots of other things around, from crops to different sorts of fruit trees that you can see. It is a very muddy location, but not at the roads area, just off of the roads. It's very muddy. Some sort of like plains wetland.
Okay.
Oh,
We're just gonna keep walking, trying to find like. We're just basically trying to find our way back town, correct? Or
So
no?
the road is still there, right?
It is. You guys are right, but I always say this: it feels a lot better than it did in that forest. That's for sure.
okay.
And I'll bring you guys to the travel map as you guys have been traveling for a bit. I will say that you guys have been walking for a couple hours and through the forest, mind you. And you see as you go past what looks to be some mountains on the side. Let me see if I can do this. You see as it's just pure plains going forward from what you can see. And by plains, I mean like flatlands. It's completely flat going towards this general location.
So while we're walking, I'm gonna actually bring up to Bennett. Hey, if you did lose an arm, could you heal it back?
Unfortunately, no.
Roll me medical check, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm
roll me
just
medical
saying, as a
check, see
cleric
how
with
much.
healings.
Yeah. As a cleric, you can roll a medical check with advantage on this.
I was gonna say if I could roll a medical check
As
as
a paladin,
well. But...
unfortunately, no. Only for the cleric.
Okay.
The paladin who can heal people on contact. No medical check for you.
Yeah,
For
but
you.
clerics are much more,
you.
in tune with healing.
It's
19?
a
Yes,
stereotype.
if yes, with a 19, you would know that yes, you could eventually heal a body part if it's been cut off.
It would take time, right?
Yes, it would take a long time, especially when there's healing magic, but there isn't forms of medicine in a way, just healing magics. If you were to heal it enough, it could possibly heal back up, but you probably wouldn't be able to use that limb for about a day or so or more.
Right. Okay. So here's the thing. Normal wounds, I can fix that. Severed limbs, that takes time and energy and a lot of magic and patience. I can't just heal someone right away, but it's possible. And even then, if it's healed, still have it depends how bad the wound was. That it would take me. That it take time for them to be able to use it again.
But you can do it.
Yes. But again, it takes a lot of time and magic. Yes, I can heal someone. Time. I can reattach their limbs, if you will.
Can you do that too, Red? Since you were doing some healing earlier.
Yeah.
But yeah, unfortunately, you weren't trained in the ways of putting body parts back on. You know healing. You can heal your allies, but you've never been taught about replacing body parts or even attaching them back on. That is out of your scope of training.
Okay. But yes, it is possible. Like she said, it's gonna take a long time for like the limb to fully heal. But then again, I haven't been trained to like put limbs back together. Like I've been trained to heal.
I guess that would be a very what? Very experienced cleric thing.
Oh boy, let me tell you, Sensei did not like that. I was a real it was a real what's the word? Um he expected perfection.
Perfectionist.
Oh.
Yes.
He was a perfectionist.
Yes.
Ah, I understand that feeling a lot well.
Oh. Sounds like my dad. Always got mad when I failed my math lessons with him.
Oh, jeez.
Of which
Look, I don't.
we still need tomorrow. We still gotta study more.
I know that.
As long as it's tomorrow. I
I
won't
know
do
that
anything today.
I was going to say that I know that basically everyone from my dad's side that happened to be from a long line of Arc Paladins basically expect me to kind of be like perfect, if not better. Trust me, it's kind of stressful.
From what you know, from where you came from, there was only one Arc Paladin. Uh, and others were the others followed under him.
Oh, who's
Goldie,
that?
what Red is saying is that her family had a lot
His,
of Arc Paladins
his,
in their ancestry.
I see.
No?
Then I shall go
yeah,
quiet.
like basically, my dad was just. He told me one time that it's like, Red, you gotta do better than all of us, okay? I don't know why, but it's just kind of like I don't know why he told me that once, but it was just kind of confusing. Like one hand he had faith in me, but on the other hand he kind of wanted me to be better than him. But then again, he was a strong paladin himself, so how can I outdo that?
Have you ever thought about getting training from a dragon? I mean, ah,
Well, the god that we follow, Rahelios, is a golden dragon.
oh, you said God, right?
Yeah.
But it's also a dragon.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't make sense, especially when gods aren't really seen around. Like you see a dragon around, like we uh, the one earlier, but I don't see no gods.
That's because they often have their own realms, from what I believe.
They fear what they've created and hide.
Roll me knowledge history on that.
History, let's see if I know anything or not.
About the religion that Red has been under.
This
Let's
is
see if he
the
knows.
the about the plains portion. That's about the raw knowledge
The
history.
science potion, like he knows a little bit.
Yeah. Okay. So yes,
He knows a little
unfortunately,
bit.
you know about the gods, but you don't know anything about like the different realms of them. You know that the one you follow exists. That they did that because there has been texts. There has been many texts about Rahelios that you've read. You've read almost all of them, but it doesn't say anything about planes that you don't know about that. Only the higher ups would know more about that than you.
All I'm just gonna say is like they have their own. Let's just say each god has their own place that they live in. That's not that we can't see.
Sounds like they're made up
He's
then.
no, they're real. I've read almost every. I read like every written text about him. I even read like his
But you've
version.
never seen this
Almost every.
Helios.
Almost. Goldie, please. Um, basically, I've read almost every text about him. Like, there's been like a lot of illustrations of him. Like, they basically, from what he says, that he is definitely real. It's just that no one has seen him for like quite some time.
Honestly, from what you know, there has never been actually any sort of illustrations of him. Only thing that people have seen was a bright light. That's the only thing they've seen from him. All they ever saw was a golden tail and a bright light.
So how do you know he's real then if you've never seen, or anyone hasn't seen him for that matter?
Well, many people have seen like his silhouette in the form of sunlight. and his tail, which has like this basically from what we've seen of him, he does have his like tail floof that is basically the colors of the sunset. Basically it goes from like orange to yellow. Very
No, sounds like you're just making this stuff up.
no. I'm not.
While they're having this conversation, Bennett just discreetly looks over to see how Leaf is doing.
Leaf is just walking along, not really doing anything. He's just following the crowd.
Oh.
I will say, at this point now, you see as on the road, you don't need to make a perception check. You notice that there is currently a cart that's currently parked. You see what looks to be a wagon, and outside the wagon there seems to be some sort of tent set up nearby. You've been walking for easily about 5 hours now. It is starting to get to at least a little bit of... It's starting to get dark. I would say it's about 8 o'clock at this time. 8 p.m. at the time. So it
Perception, you said, right?
you don't need any perception. It is very getting dark, but you can see that there is currently some sort of wagon currently parked on the side of the road at the... And in front of it, you actually notice, in front of it looks to be orcs.
Are they the same orcs that took that dude?
From walking closer, they look the same,
Oh,
but you
God.
actually notice on them, there seems to be some sort of... each of them have burn marks all over their body. It looks like they were singed by some sort of acid.
Oh.
There's no bard in sight, though.
Either he escaped or I think whatever the fuck we just encountered got to him.
Hearing the clinking of metal, you hear as these orcs look over.
Oh, it's you guys. Oh, hello there.
Evening.
Good evening.
That looks like it hurts.
Oh, yeah, it's no problem. That fucker got away and, well, you weren't kidding about dragging. We really didn't, do anything. The
Oh.
only thing is, you know, that bard told us a little bit something interesting, actually.
About what?
He told us that,
You see, as they stand up and they're looking at.
well, that bard guy, told us that you told him to lead us there. So I want to tell you, is he fucking tell the truth or not? Did you tell him to lead us over there? Because we almost died.
From what? What was it, like black slimes that hit you?
Oh, no. You, a fucking dragon. Fucking green dragon.
Oh, you mean hold on, let me look up the name
I will
real
say
quick. Hold
when
on.
Leaf was discussing
but-
that session.
Get Weaver.
Yes, Leaf is actually attempting to say something as well.
No, what I was saying is when Leaf was discussing that session, he made it clear and foremost that there was a dragon. He
Yeah,
told the
exactly.
orcs.
Yeah, they knew,
Everyone told him.
but they got a really
Ah,
bad check to see if
Bushweaver.
they believed them.
Is that what that fucker's name is? Well, all I can
Yeah.
say is that, well,
Bushweaver's
you can
the
take a look at
dragon.
this. Huh?
Yeah, looks like you pissed it off. What'd you do?
Oh, we didn't do nothing. As soon as we stepped onto there, that bard cast some sort of magic, and it started attacking us.
Put a hex on Bushweaver. Oh, that bastard.
If I see this bard, could I smite him
I don't fucking know.
from
But
all that
look,
trouble he's causing?
I don't know. But that bard told us that you're the one who told that. You're the one who said that that's the reason the reason why he did all that shit because of you guys.
What did we even do?
I don't remember speaking to him.
We don't.
I
never
mean,
spoke-
Bushweaver
told him-
probably wouldn't
Oh, he
have
said that he
appreciated-
worked under you guys.
No,
Not at all.
we never even employed him at all. Is he trying to set us up?
In
I
fact,
don't
you know
know.
what? He tried to kill us at one point, and that's the truth.
He tried to, and not to mention he did steal our gold.
Well, I don't know. But I'm just doing it. And because the thing is, right now. One sec. Sorry, we got a little baby in the back. Sorry about that. Well, all I can really say is that, I don't know what to believe right now. Right now, half my face is singed and a couple of my right arm.
Do you need some healing?
No. We orcs, we don't need any of that.
Are you sure? I mean, I have like 2 slots left for.
Well, luckily I am born with the ability to heal.
Nah, it's good. We orcs, we don't need no healing.
Yeah, besides, the scars tell a good story. Many
Either
people
way,
can get
Right.
away from
either way, if you guys are all telling the truth, then I guess I don't have any reason to be hostile. All
We
right,
absolutely
we're heading
are.
over to melwater right now. Only thing is, our carriage, one of the wheels kind of broken right now.
Oh.
Really?
Yeah.
How badly broken is it?
Well, all we would really need is just a replacement of some sort. It ain't nothing too bad. Just
I was gonna say, could someone inform me what happened because I was dealing with the child.
Basically, he's just saying that he's not being he's just being he doesn't need to be informal now. That he believes you guys. He believes you guys. So basically, he just goes,
all right. Well, all I can really say is that all right. Yeah, we got a bit of a wheel problem right now. You're heading to melwater, right?
Yeah.
I can tell, cause that's the only road that goes over there. You see, the reason why we're after that barn is because, well, we work for a mercenary company down in melwater.
Oh.
Yeah, we call it the cockatrice.
Alcatraz.
You want us to go get a wheel from them?
Nah. We'll have nah. If you want, you can give the guildmaster there a message if you want.
Yeah, we can do that. Also, why exactly is he wanted?
Oh, well, the guy's a swindler. He's a thief, swindler, wife layer.
White flare?
Gallbard.
Wife
Wife
slayer?
layer. He has sex with people's wives.
Oh. So he's a slut.
No, that ain't a slut. I feel like you don't know any of the terms they call it when it comes to any of these. He's a womanizer.
Or a man whore?
I don't know.
Yes. It's a proper term.
Yeah,
So
that'll be the
confused.
proper term. Don't worry about it, little missy. All right, well, if you won't mind helping now, can't really get anything else. We'll probably be here for until then if you want to send them our way. By the way, if you ever need any help, the cockatrice actually has some people to help out if you ever need mercenaries and other things. You know.
Alright, thank you for the information. We'll
Ain't no
keep that in
biggie.
mind.
All right, just be sure to give him the message if you can. You don't need to. Already
We
sent one
will
of my guys over to do it anyways. But if you reach there before him, he's rather slow. You reach there before him, feel free to give him the message. He'll probably.
Got it.
I'll be sure to pay you.
Alright, that's the least we can do after all. You guys have and the short end of fate, apparently.
The name's Ludrug, by the way.
Ludwig.
Ludrug.
The
Ludwig.
drug. Okay. Darn it, where's my paper?
And his name is Knives. He doesn't speak.
Oh.
He's really good with knives. That's why we call him Knives.
Is he a goblin? No.
he's an
I'm
orc.
kidding.
Yeah. You do see Lover. He's a much more you just see the Ludwig seems like what seems a very large orc. The Knife seems to be a lot more less large. He seems a little bit more lanky in a way, actually, as an orc. From what you tell, that's fairly rare for orcs, by the way. You never really seen them slightly lanky.
Mm. Intriguing.
Ah, well, don't let me keep up your time.
Oh, it's fine.
Yeah, you should be able to make it over to Melwater in about, I'm not good with math.
I'm gonna roll, see if he knows.
I don't know. I'm not good with math.
That's a 2.
Just,
You'll get there eventually. It's not that far.
It's all right. All
Just
right.
look for some big wooden gates.
big wooden gates. Got it.
All right. Good luck, and hopefully you guys stay safe until help can come back for you.
By the way, do you want to hunker down for the night and use our, our carriage? I'll tell you this, around these parts, it can get a little bit spicy.
Oh.
Got some fey creatures around here that, like to be at night and cause trickery. It's a little bit, yeah.
I'm tempted
I
to
thought
take
you
you
said
up
be
on
able
that
to hit
offer.
the town before it got tonight.
As I said, I'm not good with math. I don't know how long it'll take. It's not that far, but it is, you don't want to be walking around at night right now. They start coming up and like...
He looks at the moon and he actually puts up a finger. He puts a finger in his mouth and puts it up in the, he puts it up at the air to check the wind.
The winds won't come by until another couple hours. He should be fine. But it's just my tree if you want to hunker down. We're making stew.
Oh.
Can we discuss this? I'd like to see if my team would like to spend the night.
Alright, no biggie. If you need to head out, don't worry about it.
I thank you. And she walks a bit ways away. She asks, "All right, do you guys want to stay here, or do you want to take your chances walking back town?"
Personally, I don't mind either way. Though, no, if I'm gonna be honest, it would be quite nice if don't get me wrong, I don't mind either choices, but it would be kind of nice if we kind of get armor repairs out of the way so we don't gotta worry. But I understand if you want to stay the night, then that's fine.
I'm actually really tired, so I'm okay with that.
Leaf, what about you?
Just continue to talk amongst each other.
Oh, okay. Okay, so I guess we're gonna be spending the night then, based on what you two want?
Yeah. Honestly, I'm low on my slots, and who knows what we'll run into. I mean, I'm low on magic, and who knows what we'll run into out there.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. Also, is that bar trying to set us up?
It looks like it, yes. So I guess this guy's our problem now too.
I'm just gonna say, if we see him, I am not gonna hesitate in bitch slapping him.
You know what? I'll hold him down. You can slap him as many times as you want.
I'm just confused why he led them over to Bushweaver. I mean, even if he's no longer, messed up from the water, green dragons are very, very disagreeable.
I think he's just trying to start trouble. Think about it. Why else would he try to provoke another dragon?
He used the dragon to escape.
Oh,
Exactly
no.
what he did.
He took Bushweaver?
No, he didn't take bushweaver. That thing was a huge dragon. What the fuck you talking about?
Okay.
No.
Yeah, a dragon wouldn't be taken so easily.
Use them as a distraction. So
You
while
think
these
that
orcs
skinny
were,
ass? You think that skinny ass guy could take a fucking dragon? All he did was
When I
cast some
see
sort of
him
magic
again.
on him, and then he ran off. While we had to fight that damn thing. We only barely escaped with our lives.
Yeah, it's just
all right.
okay.
Guess
Yeah,
if you
that's
brought
true.
some sort of treasure with you next time, he may be more agreeable.
Yeah.
Yeah, always
Or
bring treasure
at
with
least
you.
talk
Offer it
to-
up. It'll
Yeah.
immediately.
Or at least
Dragons.
talk to his friend. Let's
Honestly, I
see.
didn't even think there was a dragon there.
There is.
In any case, me and my friends would like to take you off on your very kind offer, sir.
Alright. Well, we got stew being ready. But yeah. Don't worry, we ain't no bandits, nothing.
Don't worry.
Just orcs doing our job. Hard enough
Yeah.
getting into the cities as an orc. Especially, well, about us different races. The cities don't really like orcs, goblins, and goblinoids, I guess. They don't really like us much.
Why so?
That's
I don't know.
that's their loss. You guys seem like good people.
Yeah, well, some of us orcs aren't good people. We choose to
Yeah.
be good people. A lot of the others.
Every
Yeah.
every race has the potential to be good. And
You know what, Goldie?
Yeah.
Vanette is forming a bond with these orcs because she knows what it feels like to be judged by your race.
All right. Well, but yeah, all I can really say is that I don't know.
like
The thing is about the clans and the clans on the island. Many of them move away, but others are very brutal. And I'll tell you this is that us orcs, we can kill a man with just without even trying. That's the only problem about that. A long time ago, there used to be a war between the orcs and humans.
Orcs-
We call it the Gargrush.
the gargers.
Yeah, Gargrush. A little bit of a war between our races. Kinda, well, it was a bit of a problem. Many orcs and humans died that day, and ever since we haven't been allowed in cities and stuff.
That's
Are always seen
terrible.
as, well, yeah, but we started it in the first place.
Oh, well, why did you start it?
I don't know. That was generations ago. I'm just look. I may not look it. I'm an older orc. I know a bit, but I don't know that much. And say, I haven't really seen many of your races around here in a while. Especially in Melwater. Don't get many people around these parts. Heard about some sort of problem down to the south, but I don't know much about it.
Problem to the south, like what do you mean?
I don't know. Something about water. Something poisoned the water. I don't know. Well, down over here, it's seen as some sort of we don't really see that. We haven't really had that problem. So probably it's just around there.
Oh, well, that's good. The stuff that poisons the water is nasty.
That's right.
Big black blobs of slime.
Ugh. Alright,
Yeah,
well,
they really hurt.
food's ready if you want it. And,
It's definitely not. And if you encounter those things, don't even think about using any metal.
keep it in mind.
Trust me.
I'll keep that
I
in
just-
mind. Well,
But yeah, I have some of the stew.
Yeah, you see as the other orc knives, as he pulls out in this bucket, not really much. It's not a bucket, but a bit of like a cast iron pot. You see, within it is a stew with a rabbit. You do see some carrot as well as potatoes and a couple of the other vegetables from the nearby area that probably were taken not with the permission of the farmers, but you notice as it does smell really, really good. As he pulls off the pot lid, you can smell the fragrance of all the different vegetables and the rabbit cooking, and each of you get wooden bowls. It smells absolutely delicious.
he just smells it and he's just like he kind of removes like the part of the helmet where like it could be like because the mouth thing could be removed and put back on. So he just like kind of lifts it up. So he kind of like lifts that part up and he's just looking at the stew. He's like,
You
you know, it's
stare
very
deeply
hot.
into the stew.
May I
All
finish?
At this-
four eyes.
At this moment, Bonetta's stomach lets out a loud rumbling growl.
I would say I'm a bit of a chef myself.
Oh,
Ember has
amazing.
already started digging
It
into
is
her bowl.
delicious.
yeah.
The
She, and
spices
she
in the
is using
stew.
her hand.
Yeah, it burns you, so you take 1 point of damage.
And I'm down. No, I'm joking.
You but even if it
That's my
singes your
stew.
fingers, it is absolutely delicious. You can taste the spices in the food. You can tell the differences between the different textures of the food from between the carrots and the potatoes, down to like to what you can smell. Like you can taste like black pepper, garlic, some other nearby onions. You can taste all of that, and it's delicious actually. Don't
I
mind
just
all dogs in back.
imagine. Are those the same? Hold on. What do they sound?
Sound like ship dogs from where we came from.
I think they
don't
might
hear
have
nothing.
followed us.
What? You all hearing things? I don't hear dogs.
I said that you guys had dogs.
No, I don't got dogs. I haven't had dogs since
said
I was
that.
since I was a wee lad.
You see, like Roy's just enjoying like the soup.
It was Bonette.
He's just enjoying it, and when he notices that it's just all the broth left, he just takes.
Because of his chef ability, you all get +5 temporary HP.
Thank you so much.
It is
This is-
absolutely delicious.
Leaf is not eating it.
Uh-huh.
Don't worry, it's all vegetables grown around this area. Actually owned by not my papa's farm, but a couple of the mayor always tries to make sure that our town is fed well.
I don't mean to be offensive, but I'm just not hungry at this time.
Yeah, I'm not gonna force you to eat. You eat when you want to
Don't-
eat. You'll always be in the pot. But just don't starve yourself. You got that look in your eye of like you saw some shit. Trust me,
Yeah.
I've been there. Oh, I've been there. I had to actually kill my own brother back in the day. The thing is he had tried to attack me and my wife. Yeah. My wife's an elf. Yeah, beautiful lass. Fortunately, recently passed away. Yeah, some sort of disease. I don't know what it was. We couldn't even fix it.
You have my deepest
Yeah,
condolences.
it ain't no issue. Yeah, it ain't no problem. But yeah, it was years ago, anyways. Either way, yeah.
Goldie, just a question. May I make a medical check to see what kind of disease this was, or no?
You don't know what it is. Yeah, he said it was just a disease.
Okay.
Yeah, he said he didn't know. So, unfortunately,
Alrighty.
that's beyond the scope.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, it's getting late. But hey, kid, what's your name? Not you. I'm talking about the youngin over there. Blackhead
Who?
guy. Blackhead fellow.
Leaf.
Yeah. Oh, Leaf. Good name. Just don't starve yourself, son. Don't do that. You gotta keep your strengths up. Oh well, I'm gonna go hit the hay now.
Well, good night.
Yeah, no issue. I'll sleep. I have a bedroll. You all can stay in the carriage for now. You brought a good company, anyways.
Right, thank you. That's very kind of you.
Oh yeah, if you ever want to hire me, I'll give you a discount.
Oh. Okay.
We'll keep that in mind.
You can now write down Ludrug as a possible hireable NPC.
Ludrug, we are very grateful for this. And I thank you very much for allowing us to spend the night.
There ain't no issue. You gave me good company.
I'm actually gonna. Ember's actually going to go look at Leaf, and she's gonna ask, "Why aren't you eating?"
All Leaf does is he just stands up, reaches in his backpack, pulls out his bedroll, and just starts going to sleep.
Oh,
I will say, if you do not eat, you will take a point of exhaustion due to starvation, or you will actually take starvation.
So which is it, starvation points or exhaustion?
Yeah, I believe it's still going to be adding on to exhaustion, just due to
Leaf.
being not eating anything.
Um, Leaf, are you sure you don't want to eat anything?
I'm fine.
You're fine.
Well, as that goes on, anybody else have anything further to do? Because if not, then night will pass on forward. With this, we'll take a point of exhaustion due to the starvation or starving.
That is okay.
I am gonna say, as we're all winding down, Ember is going to, I guess, talk to Red a little bit. uh, hey, Red, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. If you lost an arm, would you be able to heal it back?
Uh, well, it depends on how strong this healing magic is.
Oh,
And there
yeah,
are,
that's what I mean. Like, the magic you have right now, could you?
um, like, heal the whole arm?
Oh, no, I mean, like, I don't know. I guess if it was just popped off your uh
I think,
chest, would you be able to just put it back with that light?
I think what, and it's kind of like what Bennett says, like, I think it might have to involve, like, stronger healing magic. Like, right now, we're not able to, but if we're getting stronger, and I'm just saying, like, as the more we grow experience, the stronger our magic is, and by time that we are strong, that we are a lot stronger, then yes, the healing magic can be strong enough to reattach an arm, though it might have to have more medical equipment.
So, and for you, it's it's easier to make someone lose an arm than to heal one back then, right?
Depending on, it depends on the type of a paladin swears under.
Oh, then but it's still harder, right?
Yes.
So then why do you fight? I mean, don't get me wrong, like you have that metal armor, but it's not as effective as dragon scales. If you can lose a limb that easy, then why do you still go into the fray?
Well, sometimes. And as Red's just like kind of like looking up at the sky for a bit, and then he says like, in all honesty, it's mostly because he's gonna probably tell something a bit personal to Ember. It's mostly because my dad was a war hero, and basically, when it comes to fighting to protect people, there's that urgency that we have to save them. because there are people out there that can't defend themselves. And as a result, people are more vulnerable, and that's why there are paladins, clerics, or just anyone brave, just anybody that's willing to lend a hand when it comes to protecting the defenseless and the innocent. Partially because, but there is another reason why I fight.
Well, you fight because you want to help others because they're frail, right?
Yes, that's
You're also frail too. So why would you put yourself in danger like that?
that's just usually it's just like it's just like thinking for a moment though. Like he's just looking at the ground for a moment. It's like we're not exactly frail to say.
Oh, I mean, so I don't know if I would I do so easily, and it takes someone like you a hard time, or Bennett a hard time to undo that damage, then that would make you frail.
Right now it's mostly because I guess it's
You're not a
because
dragon.
like Red just like looks like, well, just because someone's not a dragon, that doesn't mean they're not strong. Keep in mind, every race has its strengths.
Yeah, but dragons are the strongest. They don't. They
One of
don't.
the strongest. One of the strongest races.
Be
There's,
strongest. They don't have to worry about getting hit and losing an arm, or even if they did, they have such powerful magic that they can just, you know,
well,
back on or anything else.
hmm, well, with Celestials, if the undead ever touch them, it's not gonna hurt as much.
Yeah, but there's more than undead in the world.
I know. I understand, and partially the other reason is because remember those creatures in the rifts?
Yeah.
Let's just say. And he's just kind of rocking a little bit because he's remembering basically, kind of like what his dad had to go through. And then he's remembering like when he had to go. Let's just say they have scarred my family for life. Caused a lot of untold bloodshed. And I just can't
It,
help. But every time I see something that's corrupted or part of that nature, it gets I just become more insistent on just purging it before it hurts somebody else.
she's she clearly has like she's clearly like trying to understand it. Her eyebrows are knit together and just confused. So does that have to deal with your oath then?
No way. In a way, yes. But then again, different paladins have different oaths. It depends on like which one basically which one seems right for you.
Right, for me.
Yeah, like some paladins may devote themselves to protecting people. Some may devote themselves to conquest and glory, and some even might have done some horrendous mistake and they swear an oath of redemption to try to redeem themselves, walk onto a path, try to return themselves to the light.
That's weird.
It's
I mean, I guess it makes sense, but it seems just I don't know. It just seems like you're overcomplicating something. Like if you want it done, just do it. Don't uh you know tell yourself, oh, I've written this word down and I follow it. I don't know. I'm tired. I'm gonna go.
It's okay. It's
And with that,
understandable.
she's going to retire to bed.
Right. Well, good night, Ember. And for a small, I was gonna say after that, for a small bit, like Red's just looking at the night sky. He's just seeing all these beautiful stars.
And once again, you see throughout the sky, because you're a little bit near the lake, you can see the distance as the birds you saw before, begin to just move throughout the sky. You can hear the sound of owls now moving around. You can hear the sound of crickets and other things, and the night goes on. You get some sleep, and other things go on currently. And as you do so, fall asleep. And eventually, morning does break. So, I want one person to roll me 3d20s.
All right. Here you go.
Alright. Alright, good scene, by the way.
Thank you.
Okay, so with a 6, it is a normal, the temperature is completely normal. There's no wind whatsoever. And lastly, it is raining. There's
Ow.
currently a rain going on right now, so the roads themselves are a little bit muddy. From what you can tell, it is a little bit, it's not bad rain. It's more of just like a very light downpour.
Okay. Um, Red is just basically trying to clean his armor and stuff. Like he's just making sure that it's all nice and clean, like high maintenance, and
Yeah.
he's trying to see if there's like, you know, basically like he's hoping he could go to town to see if there's anybody that can repair the armor. Like, okay.
You see as you see from you see from the a little bit around. You see as the orcs wake up as well. Like, all right. Good morning, everyone.
Good
Yeah,
morning.
it's raining. Yeah. All right. I wasn't expecting that. It looked like it was gonna rain. So. All right. All right. Well, all of you get some sleep. And he looks over at. Is Leaf awake at this point? All right.
It's not.
They're choosing not to speak at the moment. All right.
Okay.
Well, all right, all of you. Thank you for the company, but I guess I and all of you all gotta head out now. I guess we'll catch up. We're gonna wait on the wheel to come by.
All right. Again, thank you for your hospitality.
Say no problem.
Thank you
We'll
for
see you
allowing,
back in town, sir.
thank you
Alright.
for allowing us to spend the night. That was very appreciative, and also thank you for the stew. That is delicious.
Yeah, ain't no problem. That's just what I do. And I'll say this is that all I can really say is sorry for my hospitality back at that bar a little while ago.
Oh, don't worry. It was understandable.
Nah, just my orcish side coming through. Well, alright, you all should be heading out now.
Yeah. Red's gonna check on Leaf. Like, Leaf, are you doing all right?
I will say they're probably not talking because of other circumstances.
It is Le Baby. Talk
Yes,
amongst each other.
I was being vague for a reason.
Okay. But he's still thinking about like. But I just imagine as Red puts on his armor, and he's still thinking about last night. Like he's still thinking about like last night about like the healing stuff and the discussion that Ember had, because he did mention that paladins do swear oaths for different reasons.
Denver called stupid because she's like, why swear an oath when you can just do it?
like very complicated.
And yeah, I suppose Ember's probably gonna wake up a bit later. She might have been like, like just shook by one of the orcs, and she's like, all right, all right. She looks down the path, and she's just like, okay, I guess we go to the town. By the way, the town is where the lumber mill's at, right?
From what you can tell, at the moment, the lumber mill does seem to be a little bit. From what you can tell, that you are on the way towards the road. From what you can see so far.
I was asking the party.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is just
God.
Ember being dumb.
I
you know.
guess.
Ned is like putting away her sleeping mat and nodding yes.
Red's already
Okay.
ready to go. He's just like. He's just kind of waiting for everybody else.
Yeah. Fuck. All right. You see, as Gecko crawls out of a hole in the ground.
Oh,
It just.
The
no wonder why my burrow felt a little bit wet. All right. God. Ow. Fuck. All right. So, are you ready to go?
I am
Yes.
ready.
Yeah.
Oh,
All right. Well, all I can really much say is that
You always say at this point, you all have begin walking actually.
do, do, do.
And I will say, about maybe an hour or so out, another hour or so of walking, you eventually make it to what seems, you can see in the very close distance, what seems to be a bit of a gate.
Red's just basically like in front and he just notices.
A very large gate, and the closer you get to it, it goes larger and larger. This gate reaches up to at least 50 to 60 feet high. Each made with very large timber, from what you can tell.
Huh.
And the closer
Wow.
you get, oh, sorry, continue.
That's
How they found the. Guess they're not worried about fire if they're gonna surround their town with wood.
I think the only thing that could build their town out was out of wood. So
probably the only thing they could afford.
Well, I don't know. You can go to a mountain, carve out rocks. That makes a good wall too.
Yeah, and I will say, as you get closer and closer, you can see in front of the place there does seem to be some guards, and closely following behind now, you actually see what looks to be a carriage in the distance where you guys were coming from. Maybe going back the hour or two, you can see it now, as now the carriage is slowly and surely being pulled by the two orcs. They don't have horses; they've been pulling it themselves. So you see, you're there in the very far distance, and you can see as some of the guards come by and they start look. You actually see two guards in front, one of them being a male, another being a female. You can see as they look over, like as the woman speaks. Oh, hello. Oh, hi. Where are you?
Hello.
Are you here to join the festivities going on? Or are you
There-
here as a traveler, just to visit the town?
We're here as travelers. We
Oh.
mean no harm.
Alright, if you're travelers, we do have what is a gold fee at the moment. It's only a single gold to enter the town, but it's just because that is it goes towards our payment. So we can continue to
Alright.
protect the town.
that
Very
is
well.
understandable. And Bennett takes out her purse and hands him 1 gold.
I just
Maybe.
pull out like 1 gold. Like there you go. I'm just
Ah.
looking at Ember to make sure that she has like to make sure that she's gonna, like
Make sure she pays.
huh?
She kind of looks at a few in her hand, and taking a little long to figure it out, she plucks one and just kind of, puts it in the hand or whatever.
All right. All right. Well, if each of you are gonna pay up, what about all of the both of you over there, Halfling and the younger fellow?
Did pay. I just said Vanette hands
Oh.
him a gold piece.
We already paid. And if not, I could pay for leave. If I'll just pay for leave. He looks kind of. So I just offer like another gold piece for leave.
Right. Well, as this you do so, and as this goes on, you see as currently there does seem to be some things going on. You notice as the guards look over at each other and like, all right, well, you see the male guard speaks up now.
All right, well, can't really, don't stop you anymore. Don't take up any of your time. There's a festival going on. Just that's basically a bit of melwater expanding, a little bit into Ebonwood. So there's a bit of a festival going on if you want to get yourself some festivities going on.
Oh, that's a. You guys are expanding into Evenwood?
Oh yeah, we are. And all I can say is that well, it's a bit of some sort of thing going on. Don't mind the dogs. We have a bit of them going. We have a little bit of them. We haven't fed them yet, so we're gonna have to do that a little later. They're a little bit barky. New to some new people coming by. Don't worry about it.
Oh, okay. They bark really loud.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, they do. Trust me. Look, man. Alright. Well, don't let us take up your time.
don't worry. It's understandable. You guys have a whole town to protect, so understandably we won't waste your time.
Alright. Alright, we'll open up the gates. Alright, open the gates. We got a couple people coming through.
And slowly but surely, you see the gates begin to open up for you guys. As the gates, it only doesn't take too long as the gates open up, and you can see this town. One moment. Only a couple of buildings so far from the town, but
Oh yeah, if you ever want, we do have. Want a map of the town, by the way?
Oh, that would be very nice.
Alright. Only thing is, quite a big town, so I need a place to look around.
as you see this.
Oh.
Don't know if I
That
brought
is
you
a
guys
very
over.
big town.
It is.
Yeah, we've been expanding quite a bit.
I could see.
Let me zoom in for the people on there.
You know, the biggest building's our mayor's building. And, that other building next to it, that's the... Well, I don't know if anybody told you, but we got mercenaries here in town that people can hire. That's the one we have over there.
Oh, like the cockatrice?
Oh, yeah. Oh, so you met someone who already told you about that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Ugurog?
Moodrug, I believe.
Oh, him.
Lutra.
Yeah, he's one of our best members.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't think we need the help, but it's nice to know, I guess.
All right. Well, all I can really say is that if you want, the festivities are going on. You can get yourself some things.
And I will say, from the other side, when the gate is open, you actually see there is a lot of hustling and bustling going on at the moment.
And just a swarm of dogs for some reason.
No, there's no really much dogs right now. Just the noises of dogs in the distance, but at the moment, nothing too bad at the moment. You can see as there's currently a lot of different people running around. You can see children running around. There's lots of housewives and bachelorette men running around. You can see a couple of other people are playing cards and as well as some dice in distance as well. It looks to be a couple of gnomes and a bit of dwarves that are currently playing some dice against each other, and it looks like the gnomes are winning at the moment.
Is there like, as like Red's just looking around, he's just seeing there's like a store that can repair armor?
From what you can see right now, there is a couple of NPCs that if you want to, you can ask around.
Um, excuse me? Excuse me, is there a store that could repair armor?
From what you can see, let me see. So I have NPCs that you guys can see which one you find. Oh, you see this larger looking man, a bit rotund in a way, with this green hair and as well as a green beard. A little bit, I would say he has a bit slightly darker skin, kind of bark-like in a way. And you notice he looks over, he's like,
Oh yeah, need something?
Yes, I was wondering if okay. I was wondering if you could repair my armor. We've went through quite a hassle involving a black sludge that corrosive that basically corroded a bit of it, and I was wondering if you could repair it.
Yeah, I don't do repairs. I can probably there's a blacksmith in town.
There's a blacksmith.
Yeah, I don't do repairs.
Oh, I see. Will this blacksmith repair the armor then?
Well, yeah, that's why they're a blacksmith.
Okay. I say, well, thank you for answering that. I'll be on my way. Just carry on. Have a good one.
Alright. Well, if you want, I can mark it on your map if you got one. I know where it is.
Where is it?
This building right here.
Which building?
Marked on your map.
Alright. Oh, right here. Oh, thanks.
I will say you guys are currently right here. Where that gate is, you can see the gate slowly in the corner. You can see right there. That's where you guys have entered.
Oh yeah, you find it right over there on the map. Ain't too far.
Ah, alrighty.
Thank you, sir. We'll go do that.
Alright.
Thank you, good sir.
Well, I need to go
Hope
back
you have
to
a
get
wonderful
my
day.
snap.
Just be safe.
You see as he spits out a bit of tobacco.
Alright. Well, alright. See ya.
See ya. And we're just like trying to see, like, he's just like, as he's making his way towards that blacksmith, he's just looking around the place. Like, basically, one thing that Red likes to do whenever he's in new town, it's like he likes to explore a bit.
Okay. As you were exploring, you do see. You will see that during all of this, a little bit of things are going on. You can see that as you're exploring, there's larger amounts of people that are condensed in different areas. You can hear the sounds of what seems to be some people playing lutes. There's a couple of people playing instruments, a very large variety of things. You can see that there's currently what seems to be a little bit of a band going on. You notice as some of them are playing bits of cellos, some of them are playing what seems to be lutes, a couple of flutes, one of them being a bit of a satyr. You see a satyr man currently playing a flute. They're dancing around, prancing, and you can see them as they're currently, well, they're having a lot of merriment. There's a crowd forming.
I was just gonna say, I just imagine the satyr's just playing the flute through his nose.
No, they're playing it normally.
We don't get crazy here. Stop it.
They're currently playing the flute. You can see as a couple of others are coming by. You see as a couple of the different sorts of people are looking around. They're all cheering for this band at the moment. And other than that, that's basically what we can see so far. If you wish to stay around, it goes on for quite a bit. But if not, make your way over. And if you see a blacksmith, you do actually make it your way over to the blacksmith. It's not that much a walk. It's about a 5-minute walk over to there, from what you can see.
Okay, so we're just listening to the music for a bit, and then we're just like heading to the blacksmith. I just kind of open the door like, hello?
All right. You do go into there and you see what seems to be a Goliath man currently sitting at the front of a desk, and you hear him go,
All right, what are we doing here for? Oh, customers. Welcome in.
Hello?
Need something from me?
Um,
Oh, Gecko!
as he looks over at Gecko and he goes, "Oh, Milos."
oh.
Oh yeah, I know this guy. Comes here often. For some daggers. Always wants them repaired.
Oh, yeah. That's what we came here for, I believe.
I don't think, Gek, I don't think they'll be able to fix daggers this time.
Yeah, I'll just get some new ones.
I'm just.
Let me
I
guess.
was
he
wondering-
Let me guess. He broke them again.
He
Threw him at a black goo? Sludge?
Just-
Slime?
Let me
Slime.
see, because Goliaths actually do know what these things are. So let me see if
horrible.
he knows. With a nat 20, okay, he knows.
Oh, you're talking about black pudding.
Oh, black pudding?
Oh yeah, those fuckers are always the worst. Always
I
in the
know.
mountains. They usually live in caves.
Yeah.
I know those
Yeah,
are. I've had to
so-
fix a couple of them when I was back in my back in my clan before I left. Didn't want me being a blacksmith. Wanted me to, well, if you know what Goliath, I was supposed to fight my superior to get higher up. But I didn't want that life, and I decided to move away.
Gee, that's understandable.
But what I
You know,
can
like-
say is that, yeah, that's all I really
The only,
have.
the only people that can determine, I was gonna say, like, basically we can determine our own lives, how we want to live.
Oh,
If some
yeah.
people want to be pacifistic, then they can. If some love to live through the thrill of the hunt or the thrill of the fight, then that's their choice.
Alright. All I could really say to
Um,
you is that, well, I'm not really much for talking. Did you need any business done?
Yes, I was gonna ask if you could repair my armor.
Let me take a look at that.
And he just removes like the chest plate. That's like,
What the hell? You got eyes on your chest? Well, I'm not one to ask.
Oh, are the eyes visible?
tattoos?
Red?
Yes, they are very visible. I think they're like tattoos.
You know you didn't read it. You know you didn't need to strip down in my shop, right?
Oh, I was gonna. It really feels a bit
You
embarrassed.
could have just walked over.
Yeah. I was gonna say if you could repair that. If that's
Alright.
okay. I'm
Well,
sorry
let
for
me
that.
take a look at it first. Yeah.
A good roll.
Oh yeah, I can easily fix that. Just some corrosive damage. All I really need to do is just melt some other metal on it and sand it down. Won't take too
Alright.
long. Well, it'll probably take about a day. Won't have armor for that time though.
Hmm.
That's all I really can say of that.
How
Yeah,
much-
a couple of you actually look like you got damage on your armors.
Yeah, again, that stuff you call black pudding. Yeah, it decided that we look like easy targets.
Well, I can probably fix up your armor for say 500 gold.
500?
Well, repair it ain't cheap, especially for something that intricate right there. Especially with your plate and as well as the tiefling. Those armors aren't cheap. It's good metal. I have to pay for the materials myself.
Hmm.
Just the cost of material is like 200 and 300 gold.
Wait, out of character. Red, do you wear plate armor or chainmail?
I were just basically like a let me see.
I believe it was half plate.
It was half. It was like a half plate, like a medium.
And you're talking a little too close to the mic as well.
It's just
Yeah, there
basically like a half press plate.
All right.
Oh yeah, Yeah.
half plate. Okay.
It's a bit expensive just for the material alone. We don't got that material in these pots, unfortunately. Unless I do, the only other way I'd be able to do that is with a scrappy job. I don't know if it'll go through at all.
It, I mean, it could be fine. Like as long as as long as it's repaired, I should be fine.
Oh, it's still gonna cost about at least 350 gold for the two of them.
Jeez. All right.
I
Well,
don't think we have
it's-
enough, do we?
Now, everyone got like 30 gold at most.
Yeah. But I think we're gonna have to wear them like this and then come back, get them
Yeah.
fixed.
Well, what I can do is I can, if you ever need to, repair them, but you gotta pay me later. I'll remember.
We
Little
were.
tab.
Oh, that'll be fine. Like we're very good with remembering if we need to repay somebody or not.
All right. Well, I'll get that done. I'll do pay me at least 30 gold each.
Hey,
For now. You can pay me the rest
like,
later.
I would like to hold off. I don't like going money. I'd rather have the money before I can pay you,
All
or
yeah.
right.
before I can ask you to do something about my armor.
All right. Well, that's all you need. If you want to come back with that, don't worry.
I thank you.
Your armor still should. Fine.
I hope so. That damned black pudding did a number on it.
I know that much. Well, come back when you need to have the money.
Hopefully, we will.
All right, and with that, do you guys leave the shop?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
as you do so, you see as outside of the building, you notice that there is currently now a couple of guards that have shown up in front of the building. And they look over and they're like,
Oh, so these are the new travelers here in town. All right. All five of you come with us.
All
Why?
right.
Did we do something wrong? Like, what's going on?
No. It ain't no problem at all. Just come with us and we'll make sure that we'll make sure nothing happens to you.
Oh, can I roll inside to make sure?
You may.
To make
Can I
sure
roll
that,
first?
like, it's an insight to make sure that, hey, they're actually trustworthy and they're not trying to do something messed up.
instead of 10,
Yeah.
they beat you by 1.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. So you see don't worry about it. Mayor just wants to see you all.
All right. But Bennett says cautiously and calls them.
Looks very cautious because he doesn't know if this is a trap or not.
Can I do a perception check to see if like we're being surrounded or something?
You do see there is currently now 4 to 5 other guards.
This-
And you notice
In
one
addition
in
to the first 5?
particular. Yep. You notice one in particular. You notice a certain bandit that escaped. And you notice as he's currently wearing a guard's outfit, he currently looks at you all with a smile on his face. All right, you're all coming with us we're all coming at us. All right.
I roll a
Ew.
perception check to see if I remember this guy.
You can.
Mm.
I would also like to roll a perception check.
Okay. Well,
I
if you saw him before, you would remember, but this is for Ember. Uh,
Um,
with that 10, yeah, you remember his face.
Hey, isn't that the guy that was with the orcs? As Ember
Oh.
clearly points out to like the guard in the crowd.
and
Oh
Now,
no.
don't be taking up names. Look, now, look. Either come with us quietly, and well,
What?
we'll make sure you're safe. All right.
Mm,
They're like Benez running the numbers through her head, like they're clearly outnumbered. They can't fight, especially not in a packed town. Through gritted teeth, she after she exhausted all her ideas, gritted teeth, she says, "All right," and she follows, but you can tell she's like ready to like
Yeah, as you
she's
get
alert.
closer to these people, you actually notice that their outfits seem slightly different than the other guards you saw in front. From where you can see, you actually notice that they look. You actually notice a certain symbol that you saw before on the shoulders of them, but there is currently
Which
around 12 guards that are surrounded.
which symbol?
It is a same symbol that you saw off of the other bandits that were currently there.
Wait a
Now,
minute.
you see as a
bandits. Hold on, hold on. What bandits?
no, you
Um,
guys fought the people before. They look similar outfits.
You guys aren't.
Gotta remember these
Wait a
sessions.
minute. All right.
Yeah,
Wait
they're
a minute.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, been a
the
week. All right, give me a
Yeah.
break.
All right. Well,
not to mention we kind of don't remember a naked bard.
I will say.
I remember the naked bard because that was a lesson.
So you see, as there's a couple of other people coming by, and you see as they currently look at you. So you gonna come quietly, or the thing's gonna have to get violent?
Yeah,
Hang
Bennett
on.
follows peacefully because she knows they don't have the high ground in this position.
All
If you
right.
will.
Uh,
You're all currently now led to the largest building, and you see as they bring you over to a that large building right there, and you see as they open up the gates, you begin walking through, and eventually you see that you're end up in what seems to be not much of a throne room, but you see currently sitting
wait a minute.
at an area. You see what this very older looking man, maybe about 65 in a way. He has grayish hair. He currently has these gold trimmings that look to be seemingly embedded into his skin on one side, as well as he's wearing what seems to be a very fine robe upon his back, as well as a couple of other things that you can see off of him. But you see as he looks over and he's like, "Now, now, look here. I had one of my men come by saying that you attacked them. Welcome to Melwater." As that's where we'll leave the that's where we'll leave
What?
the session there.
Oh no.
Ah, crap.
Oh no. I can't tell. Like, are we gonna fight these people or?
It's not going to be a good time.
You guys let that
Gee.
one guy escape. and he told.
God, I should have. I didn't want Leaf to kill anymore because he would have been more distraught.
Yeah.
Should have downed him myself.
Just.
Shorter
I
session,
don't
but
know. Like.
still it was nice.
Yeah.
It was.
It was.
Boss fight, nice little story moment. It's all good.
I can't tell what's gonna happen. Like.
Well, we'll have
Oh,
to see next session.
I just hope that.
Yeah, as soon as you
Well.
guys entered the town, they knew who you were just by the script.
I mean, what was this? Ludrug?
Yeah,
Ludrug said, like, our races aren't very, not common.
yeah.
Wait, don't tell me.
No,
Don't
I will
tell
say
me.
no.
No.
Ludwig was a good guy. He probably didn't sing, but in character, if he thinks anything, I don't know. But he seemed to like you guys.
Okay.
Yeah, no, this is just from the bandit being left over. Also, I didn't realize that we were talking about the bandit that was left over and not the bard. Because I was like, oh shit, the bard has gotten
Oh yeah.
Same here.
can talk
Same here.
shit about us.
Bruh.
I'm just hoping. Okay, so I don't know what's gonna happen, but I'm just hoping that this does not lead to us being imprisoned for no reason.
Well, that's the
You know
thing
that's gonna
is
happen.
that that's the thing. You left that bandit going, and yeah,
How are we supposed to know that?
that's the
You
thing about
weren't.
D&D. You never know what happens if
Yeah.
one escapes or something.
That mistake is on me because I stopped Leaf from going further.
But yeah, uh, pretty much that's basically what went on. But again, thank you to those who are here on the stream. We will basically go. We will we'll have the game again next week at 5:30 p.m. US PST time. But yeah, again, thank you.
All right, have a good night, all, or a good day.
Alrighty, well, farewell and good night, or have a nice day wherever you are.
Sounds good.
Yes.
But yeah, thank you, and I appreciate it, everybody, one of you coming on. And again, we will see you next week on Guys episode 6.
Alright, see ya.